of the Godclaw. And we just did the recap off stream because I'm an idiot. Sit up. But we're kind of going to jump right back into it. And you guys, last session, were basically getting ready to take back Citadel Dinyar, the home of the Godclaw that was taken by the Glorious Reclamation, the first major conquest by the Glorious Reclamation. And Nero, for those that don't know, those might be tuning in, is a signifier in the Godclaw. So he's kind of like a little homecoming for you, maybe. But you had some stuff you wanted to do beforehand. So right now we are still in Egorian, and you are figuring out what you want to do before you leave to head to the Citadel.
So the plan is to go get a dragon scale in Remesiana, correct?
Yep.
Durn, the remainder of your family's in Remesiana, right?
Jingling back to my notes here, and Durn flips out his little book, little black book. My sister's in West Crown, and my mother I do not know. I have a note saying that I don't know. Like Sharag doesn't know. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go get the scale, and Vors, if you need to check in on the manor, you can do that, and then we can head out. Durn and Vors, I have contracts for you, so I can give you a fraction of what I can do, and all you have to do is sign these contracts.
Will you read it to me?
Sure. And Nero reads it, and it's basically it can be terminated by either party at any time. You get use of 2 of his first level spells and 1 of his second level spells to be determined when he gives it to you. And I know which spells you guys are going to want, and that's it.
Durn says, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. So Nero will
First contract where I'm not giving something up.
Nero will put a lesser spellcasting contract on you. You both get Divine Favor and Weapon of Awe.
Holy shit! Once a day.
Once a day on Weapon of Awe, and we'll start with once a day on Divine Favor. We'll see if I need those slots.
Right, I think I actually have buffs for those, or I could find them, but I'm pretty sure I have those. Divine Favor, I think, is actually in the common buffs, but let me just put them on real quick. So you guys go about your business, and I'll make that happen.
Gotta write that down somewhere.
And what caster level are you? 13 at this point?
Correct. Doesn't really matter, except for Weapon of Awe. Divine Favor is a minute. Is a minute. Is a minute.
Well, Divine Favor is it scales up based on caster level, doesn't it?
Nope.
Okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, but I meant the actual buff, like the.
Oh, yeah, it's a +3 at this point. Yeah.
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 Yeah, because the thing scales with the buff.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. What else is going on?
I'm ready when you are. Aywen, anything you need to do?
No, not really. Aywen's basically just continuing to go back and forth to that like exclusive book place. And then waiting. I mean, if Maggie has any names, she would probably do something about that. But otherwise, just kind of getting information as the party needs and as she's curious.
Maggie has not procured any more names for you. She has gone back a bunch and she's looking, but again, you've given her a specific task. So Maggie, for those of you tuning in just now, is an accuser devil that has been befriended by Aywen, the gnome arcanist, and you keep sending her back to hell to go through the tomes to find people who are damned. Their souls are damned, but they are trying to fix that. They're trying to save their own souls by doing good works now. So you're like, basically it's a very hard ask, and she's found you a couple of souls so far. I think how many have you done? 4, 5?
At least that many, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so she goes back every once in a while, and basically she's moving through the bureaucracy of hell and all the documents and stuff like that. There's no computer system to look them up in. But yeah, so she hasn't found anybody since the last time we chatted.
Durn tugs on Nero's robe. Well, he's busy reading his books, and he's like, "Can you show me that world map again? I wanna really know where West Crown is."
Sure.
And there's a map of Cheliax. You can probably click over to it if you want.
We're here. West Crown is here. Remesiana is here.
Oh, West Crown is in the opposite direction. And where is the tower?
Sure, that matters much when we're gonna teleport.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot we are super gods. Where's the tower, Nero?
The Citadel.
Yeah, sorry, Citadel.
The far right of the map, near the Asphodel Mountains.
Oh,
It's
okay,
top at the mountain range there.
Okay. Very cool. Oh, I need some music.
Since I'm streaming, I cannot play the music that I used to play for Egorian because it's DMCA'd. I do have free music, but I don't have one set up for a city right now.
That's okay. I'll do my own.
Your own music? Okay. I will get better at picking music for the stuff now. I do have a collection, but I just didn't pick one for your time singing Egorian.
Joe, did we did we figure out if you told me Nero's mother is Durn's mother is alive, though I don't know.
Your mother and your sister are alive. I don't remember where your
Mother is. Yeah, I'm
one
trying
is
to
in West Crown, and one might be in Remesiana, but I don't
Yeah,
remember.
your sister is definitely in West Crown. I don't remember where your mother was. If I'm being honest, I don't recall.
Okay, doesn't matter.
If it turns out to be Remesiana, then we'll retcon that Nero puts out the word with Remesiana.
All right, let's do this.
Do what?
Let's go out to Remesiana.
Hey, Nas, question. For Weapon of Awe, that gets a sacred bonus?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to use that for attacking bad things.
Well, it's just the bonus type. I don't think it matters much. Like it'll hurt good things just fine.
Right. It's just a damage bonus, so it's just that it comes from
Yeah, it's
quote
not
unquote good.
It's not
righteousness.
holy damage. It's a sacred bonus to weapon damage.
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You can have a sacred bonus or a profane bonus, and it doesn't affect you based on your alignment.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So you guys are going to head to Remesiana.
I think we're ready. Everyone have potions and all the stuff we need.
Yeah, you're in the biggest city in the Empire. So if you want to buy anything, this is where you buy it.
Oh, while we're at it, fellows, the stuff that I need to keep you all fighting trim isn't free. So we don't have to do it now, but we're going to have a discussion about a portion that's going to go into a healing fund.
Bob just flexes.
Flex is good or bad?
How
Because
does-
Bob
how
does
does-
not
how
like
does
the
Bob-
IRS.
Yeah, how does Bob feel about taxes?
I forgot Bob was a libertarian.
Bob's a libertarian.
Well, this
know,
is the
Bob-
mutual exchange. This is whatever you
I
want.
mean,
it to
Bob
be.
is a white guy, so
Bob is a white guy.
all big white guys are libertarians, right?
Yeah, something like that. He is big now.
He's Big Bob. Bob is permanently enlarged as per Aywen's magic.
Yeah, Barbecue Bob doesn't like taxes.
Aren't
just-
you? Are you? What happened to your distillery? Didn't we change it to a meth lab or something?
Yeah, we did.
You didn't actually really do all that much. It's really been like 2 literal days in the game since you've
I know,
bought
I'm
the
saying
warehouse
that
you
We,
planned.
we, we said it was gonna be yeah.
Within those 2 days, you decided you're going to pivot to a meth lab. And
I think we
then-
did drugs in there.
I mean,
No,
you
you
might have
gave
done
Corey
drugs.
money. You gave Rona money and said form a team and learn I guess it was meth production.
No, we didn't tell her.
You didn't tell Rona to do math production. I don't recall that at all.
We told her to form a team to make
You did get
Chotch.
a team formed, yeah,
Yes.
to run a distillery. I forgot about
And
that.
then we acquired a distillery with like a train. So yeah, whatever. Like fuck it, let's go make meth.
Yeah.
Yes. Like today at
Yeah.
midnight, like hours ago, you in front of the entire royal court, you were given a distillery. The queen asked you what you wanted in the world. You were in front of the most powerful person in the empire that could give you anything you want, and you said a distillery, I guess. And she's happened to have one to give you. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So now we can take our other distillery and go make drugs. That's
and
fine.
you went there and you convinced most of the people to continue working for you, like you would pay them normally.
Right.
That's notable because
Without
the
using-
previous owner, the person that used to own this place, Enika, she was hiring halfling labor. She didn't own slaves. She was hiring halflings from Thumbtown and paying them living wages, and also on the side of that was working with the abolitionists, which is why.
Yeah, but a living wage here is like
That doesn't sound very libertarian.
Bob opted into that. He opted into all
paying them
that.
under the table. We're not paying taxes.
He opted into all that. He agreed. He didn't just replace them with slave labor. He kept them on because they knew how to run the distillery. And that's now part of Bob Elzub's story.
We were all given boons too. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
For
everybody's
viewers.
given boons. I have no idea if anybody cared to actually add them to their sheets, but I see a couple of boons. I see that
Yeah.
Aywen
I
and
just-
Vors
that's-
have them.
Yeah, I just took the +2 to Dex.
That's easy.
Yep.
Cool. All right, we're powerful. Durn is pumped. Durn is thrilled. I'm ready. I am ready.
All right. So you guys are teleporting to Remesiana. Does anybody have anything else to do in Egorian before you leave? Aywen can jump you pretty much everywhere whenever you want, but she has a finite number of times per day.
I do pay Nostertrix a visit and thank him for everything.
Why? Okay, go ahead.
I-
Does Nero have all of the components needed to like cure Vors of his blindness?
Good.
You should ask for the allowance.
Like if we're that's flying around, you need to be able to see more than 60 feet.
Yeah, I mean, we could always do that when we need to. It's not necessarily that we're not necessarily fighting a dragon first thing, but whenever
No,
you
no,
want
no,
to, yeah,
I-
I can do
I just-
this.
I just want to make sure that we had all the spell components.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no components. It's just remove blindness, right? You just get a
Yes.
scroll of it, basically.
Yes.
And there's not even a roll, I think, right? It just works.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Cool. Just want to make sure we had that before we left the city.
Wait, Shirag needs to do something for me here, man.
Oh, yes.
So when I visit, this is from Oski. When I visit Nostertrix, I update him on everything, ask him if he heard about me, and then I casually slip in the allowance. He still mentions that he wants that allowance.
He's no longer your handler. So you happen to bump into him at the parlay circle, which is, I guess, where he meets other people in addition to you. So you happen to see him while you're walking by, and you come up and ask him for an allowance.
I'm like, hey, do you remember? Did you see what happened? Were you there?
He says, I wasn't there, but I've heard. No, he was not at the ceremony. He's not part of the royal court.
He said that was you.
Too handsome.
He said that this was you. I really have to say you helped me do this.
And he scoffs. You know, he seems to want nothing to do with you. Now that he's no longer your handler, you've officially been handed off to Nero. You're no longer his problem because you were nothing but a thorn in his side. You were bumbling your way through everything he's ever done for you.
He says now that we're not working together and we're basically friends, are you interested in investing possibly $2,000 per week in a meth lab?
No, what? No. Get out of here. And he looks around to see who heard you say that. No.
And Durn looks around and he starts turning red and he's like, yeah, I'll catch you for a beer later. As Nostertrix walks away.
He throws his cape up and walks away. Yeah, he wants nothing to do with you.
Gorgeous.
Durn is back.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have I could have the handout ready, but I don't have it. Right.
Don't worry about it.
He's a handsome alabaster man. It's true. Yeah, so now Steratrix gets the hell out of there when you start talking about a meth lab. Drugs are very illegal in Cheliax. Obviously, they happen and there's black markets and bribes are bribes, but very illegal, punishable by death.
And Durn is shouting in the market too.
Sorry?
as Nosteratrix walks away, like when he was talking about the investment, it was like a bad TV ad. And he's like, only for $2,000 per week, you can have a meth lab.
Yeah, no, he wants
So-
nothing to do with your meth.
It's a bargain, really.
It's true. He didn't say what percentage he would get, but still,
Yeah, 5% tops.
it's a rough,
Oof.
it's a rough valuation you have there, friend.
I don't know what the street value of meth is, but I assume.
All right.
Not as much as Zerker.
So Durn comes back
It's
from
not-
his
not
pitch, not doing so well with his pitch. Anybody
Durn
doing
comes
anything
to
else?
Nero, says, I think I'm ready.
All good? You going to Remesiana?
It's a vibe weird between Nero and Aywen now. Is it weird for Nero?
Can we roll a vibe check?
Nice.
It's really up to them. Like, Nero knows that Aywen is, at the very least, hiding something. That's all I think that was established last session.
Okay.
So yeah, is the vibe weird, not Nero? Is Nero making it weird? You're muted. Are you still muted? Just being quiet.
Are you still muted? Yeah, you are muted.
Nero will pressure her later,
Oh.
but not now.
Okay, so the vibe is not weird, Durn.
Okay. Gerard wonders. Durn has no idea. Durn is an
Durn
abominable
doesn't
idiot.
care about
He's
this.
a big idiot.
Okay, so you are an Egorian, and you are capable of teleporting everyone, Aywen, or does Durn still have to get in the bag of holding for the teleport?
I don't know, but I think that might be true.
Because Bob is large now. Bob is more than he was
I
before.
thought we would have been okay, but now that Bob's large,
I-
we don't.
That-
Pick up three people.
that's what I think too.
Durn
Let's see.
gladly gets into the bag of holding, but pops his head out like a dog.
Could he just be in like one of Bob's pockets?
No,
Oh, can we do that?
no, he's still. Well, again, if you if you have a magic bag, he can hop into your bag. If that's
I got the whole turn in my hand. Let's go. Come on.
got the whole Durn in mind.
I stick my head out of the bag like a dog.
Oh, that's a lot of words.
Yeah, that's a lot of words.
It says you can
You
take
can ride on my
along
shoulder.
One additional
medium or smaller
per 3 caster levels, so 4. Yeah, so we would have been okay, but
It's
no.
3 and a 2 and a large. Yes, so Durn, you need to get in the bag. So do
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
a bag of holding, Bob? Oh, everybody does. The Queen gave you all a bag of holding with coins
Oh,
in it.
shit.
So you all have a bag of holding now. So if Durn, you want to get into Bob's pocket, he has a sack. You can hop in his sack if you want.
I get in the sack with my. I don't put my head out. When I'm in the sack, I hop in my own sack.
Hop in your own sack and hope someone picks it up and then you don't suffocate to death.
Boris got you.
Yeah. I test it out. Durn tests it out.
Okay, you test it out first. You give it a little demo.
I test
So-
the physics of it.
So yeah, so Durn, again, he's done this several times before, but previously he's kind of, he was a, I don't know what you want to call him, a mercenary. I don't exactly know what Durn's relation to the party in the last chapter was described as, but he's not part of the original group. Like, we've been playing this campaign for, like, I guess 5 years now, and for the first 3 chapters of the book, Durn wasn't around yet. He joined us for chapter 4, kind of as like a hired gun mercenary for the Queen. And as part of last chapter, he has become he's a slave to the Empire. He's literally owned by the Queen, but he's been assigned to Nero as his handler, essentially. So you've kind of, this whole time, you've been treated as not really a second-class member of the party, but basically, you're the halfling, hop in the sack. We're teleporting now, hop in the sack. And you're still doing that now, even though you're kind of an official part of the party. You just...
Durn has also been a halfling slave warrior forever. So a lot of the things he does is just out of muscle memory. While he's talking or eating, he naturally just hops in the sack.
All right.
But
See,
what he does test his limits here and there, as you will know and see.
I have seen that, a little bit of that. Okay, so yeah, you hop in the sack, and you guys all get ready to teleport to Remesiana. And has Aywen been to Remesiana?
I don't think so.
Oh,
We'll say no, just so it's more interesting.
All right, well then go ahead and roll a D100. Have you done anything? Have you viewed it?
Would it help if Vors like described it to her or anything?
I mean, I could have like Maggie go and show me a vision of it, right?
That's true. If Maggie could probably go. Maggie's probably been around. So you could at least
So-
visualize it. Let's go with that. Let's go with seen casually as your thing, because if you're going to use Maggie like that, that's fine. So an 84 is on target, so you are totally fine. Based on basically Maggie went to the center of town and just looked around at very noticeable landmarks and features of the town, and just based on those alone and your will to bend reality, you were able to just suck the party over to Remesiana, to the center of town.
Do we really want to plop right down in the center of town?
Oh, where did you want to go? I had assumed that, but where did you want to go?
I mean, isn't it being occupied right now by the Glorious Reclamation?
No, they sieged the town, but it was something of a feint. So basically, they lined up this entire army as if to siege the town, had the dragons strafe the walls, and then during that, there was some chaos that happened at the docks. There was an explosion, and they stole a bunch of ships, and the Glorious Reclamation retreated.
Those are my ships.
Some of them were your ships, yes. You literally yours now, as you are the
Yeah.
Baron of the Avernus family. They were literally, some of them were your ships, yes.
All right. Shit's personal now.
But they
Right.
they retreated. They went back towards Sonara. The last you heard, they were moving back to Sonara. So whatever it was, this feint was basically to steal these ships, and then they left.
All right. So Vors making an entrance like this is probably a good thing.
Okay. I did have some questions. I have notes that I should be reading. So you're going to Remesiana, Vors. Vors is from Remesiana. The Avernus family is a minor house in Remesiana, which I think is a small city. So how do you present yourself during this? Are you wearing a family crest or any visible heraldry?
Can I have Durn be my herald?
Be your herald? You want him coming in
I-
front of you and announcing
honestly-
you?
Honestly, I was gonna do it even without you asking. I was just waiting for the moment. But yeah. As soon as we come into town, Durn's like, "And I give you."
Well, first you gotta get out of the sack. So you teleport into town. Vors
I Mario.
opens the sack, and you got
Super
halfling
Mario
Vors out of
out
it.
of that sack. I'm gonna roll an acrobatics check for you.
Yeah, see if you tumble and fall out of the sack. That's a great.
I Super Mario out of the sack onto Bob's shoulders.
Did Bob take throw another or whatever?
It's not bad.
Throw what? I don't think he has a throwing feat, if that's the question.
I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
we did talk about that. There was that feat.
Yeah.
He
At
does-
one point, I was thinking about throwing Durn.
He does not have that as a feat, as I am aware.
Okay.
Is my 20 good?
Yeah, you totally don't stumble, and you want to just jump onto Bob. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I jump onto Bob's shoulder, and then start proclaiming, "I give you, Baron, Lord, Sir, the best, Vors Avernus, master of all you peasants." And
So-
he starts pointing at the peasants.
So the common folk in the center of town see you just appear, and the halfling jumps onto this giant's shoulder and begins announcing the best Avernus. And the majority of people, they look on curious, but don't seem to know much about who Vors Avernus is. And most of the people just seem confused.
That's fine.
How does Durn react to that? Is my first question.
Durn goes to the closest tough guy and says, "Hey, you don't know him?" And he grabs him by his lapel and he points at him.
And he shakes his head. No, I've heard of the Avernus family. I don't know much about them. What does he do? Who is he?
A blind killer.
Oh? He looks around at all his friends like, have you heard of the blind killer, Vors Avernus? And everybody is shaking their heads.
And then Durn, who literally just met Vors maybe a week and a half ago, doesn't know much about his exploits. And starts looking at Aywen, Nero, Bob, guys, help me out here. This crowd's brutal.
Vors just cuts in and is like, let it go, man. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And more to come. And he runs back to the party.
So Vors is fairly aware that his family is definitely like a lesser house within Remesiana, which is a small city. You have a decent amount of like rural farmlands and a couple of holdings within the city. You've been out of it for like maybe 3 or so months since you left. Your uncle took over, basically hamleted you for a while. And you're aware that he did something. He basically bought those boats you were talking about. He was trying to get the family out of the trades they were in and into the over the sea shipping trade, doing spices and, of course, illicit drugs, because the Avernus family is tied to illicit drugs all the time. But yeah, the common people here know very little about your family and very little about you, who weren't really a mover and the shaker in the family. It was your dad, and then it was your mom and your uncle, and now apparently you're here.
That's fine.
All right. What do you guys do?
I guess Vors would like to go check on his estates at some point.
Okay.
Nero. You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Off mute.
He keeps
He's
muting himself.
obsidian good.
I'm gonna go check outside the walls, and then I'll meet you there.
Do you want me to go with him?
I don't think we should
You
split.
check.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Then let's go outside the walls for a few minutes, and then
Yeah.
we can go to your estate.
Together we go.
Okay. So you guys go to move towards the walls. And you do see that a lot of the walls, you're walking towards like the north of the city. You ask around a little bit, and I know what you're looking for, so I'm going to hand wave a bunch of it. But you're presumably looking for dragon scales. Is that accurate, Nero?
Yeah, yeah. Anything
You're looking for
off the
a
dragon.
part of the dragon so you can scry on it. It's what we talked about on Discord. So basically that's the north side of the city is where the dragon kind of strafed the wall. And as you're approaching the wall, you can definitely see there are scorch marks on the battlements and ramparts. And a bunch of like the ballistas and siege weapons on the top of that are destroyed and burned. And you approach the gates, and there are people there. There are people guarding the gates. The gates are open, but there are guards. And as you approach, they look at you quizzically. And Bob, you're there, yes? You've got a giant with you.
Yep. Yep.
So they look at you, and one of the guards holds up his hands, and he's talking to Nero, but looking at Bob. He says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. When did you come into the city?"
How could you miss me?
That's what I'm saying.
Just today, we come with the last scion of the Avernus family. We're just here to put some things in order before we head out on another adventure.
And he looks around. And again, are you wearing any heraldry or any symbol of your family, or is you just relying on Durn announcing you?
I'd have like a seal or something like clasping my cape to
Okay.
like my chest. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the guard looks you over, and he does confirm that you are wearing the seal of your family.
Durn announces Vors now closer to him. He doesn't run away from him. He starts pointing out the seal, starts pointing out features of his ability.
And the guard seems completely to not care about you. He nods at the things you were saying, but he doesn't even look in your direction as you were saying them. He accepts your facts, but just is not even addressing you.
Where's a low profile anyway?
Okay. Bob, are you saying anything? He hasn't stopped looking at you. You're a giant now. You were like, I think 6.5 feet tall before? Was that, how tall was Bob?
Yeah, balls. Yeah, that's about right.
Because you're double in size. You're like 13 feet tall now. And
Yeah.
you're like, I think I don't know how much does the weight increase? It's more than double. Like you're
Yeah, it's big.
It's a factor 4 or 8.
I thought he was like 1,600 pounds now or something like that.
it's disgusting. You are like an
Just
ogre.
forward.
You're an ogre walking around
Well, what?
And
I mean, my
heavy plate.
my volume cubed, right? Like that's what happened here. So
ish. Yeah. I don't know that they actually
Okay.
do those formulas in D&D. I think it's ×4. But yeah, effectively. Again, you're
Yeah,
you're huge. You're an ogre wearing huge plate mail with a giant bowl on your chest that
Alright,
is
yeah,
literally
no.
like breathing flame out of your armor.
well, I ask him, does he see something he likes?
Oh,
He shakes his head no, but doesn't say anything.
Are you saying you don't like me?
He looks genuinely afraid. Make an intimidate check.
you must have a booming voice now too.
I assume he does.
Your vocal
Yeah,
word.
this guard is terrified of you. He's I meant no offense. I'm sorry. I didn't see you come in. And he's just stammering now.
Oh, all right, no worries.
And he gestures for you like, please exit as you will. He's terrified of you at this point. Big Bob.
Hello, Bob.
All right. So you guys are heading north of the city, outside the city walls, and what are you doing specifically?
Triangulate where scales would drop.
Just everybody spread out.
All
Right.
right.
Hop on Bob.
Everybody toss me a perception-y check. How long are you spending north of the wall?
How big is the wall?
Oh, I don't know. That's a fantastic question.
Good
Miles?
question.
Miles long?
Miles. Oh, okay.
I assume. I
mean-
honestly don't know. I did not have that answer for that one. Bob, that is an amazing roll, Bob. When did you get good at perception, Bob? Wait, that was in your intimidate check. Okay, I thought that was your perception.
How did I roll a 42? Oh god.
You have 13 skill ranks. Eyes of the Eagle. 2
You
from
bought
being a
the both.
halfling.
Oh, I did buy stupid items. Nas was talking so much crap that I'm buying these cheap low level items. Well, look at me now. Look at me
That
now,
item
sir.
I would not shit on.
I bought some stupid things. Durn tells Bob to throw him as high as he can into the sky. And Durn uses his eyes of the eagle to spot out these scales.
Does Bob agree with this? Bob throws Durn high in the air.
Yeah. What do I roll to do that?
I think it's just
Can't-
a strength.
Can't Durn fly?
Yeah, I don't want to waste fly bill for the day. I can feather fall for free, so I
You want to get
you can-
tapped by a wand instead of
Happy
to do that.
No, this is way easier. This is way easier.
No.
These
You let me
three
throw
steps-
my friend here. So you want me to roll strength?
Yeah, just roll d20 and we'll add your strength, your ogre strength to it.
God. Yeah. Right.
You have a
What
plus
is it?
6
Slash
strength.
roll in this tool?
Let me get
I
off.
guess. There's also like on the left there's a dice roller or whatever, but it's fine. Slash roll, I think. 1d20. And you have a plus 6.
20.
Yeah, so you throw him pretty well. And you're just looking. So you do this a couple times, I guess. You do it, and then you walk a little bit more, and you do it. And you're searching for about an hour or so. And you do find what appears to be a place where you see a bunch of like footprints and stuff. Like you see where the battle had taken place. You walk like a mile away from the wall, and then you walk back to the wall, and you kind of trace things around. So you see where the Glorious Reclamation was and where things were going on. And you follow the wall with the flame, the line of flame there, and you do find a partial dragon scale. So you find in the dirt a flittering gold thing, and Durn is the one who spots it. So you have a partial dragon scale. You believe the dragon was clipped by something enough to dislodge one of its large scales.
All right. All set.
Bobby,
Boys.
grab that scale.
Okay.
It's big.
Okay. I'll carry it.
It's a
Do I need
decent
to roll
sized
it?
scale, yeah.
I'm giant.
It's
You are a giant, that's true. All right. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do now? You found the dragon scale you're looking for, and are you giving it to Nero, or are you going to hold on to it, Bob?
Can Nero like take it with him, or do I got to take care of this?
He can throw it in his sack. Yeah, you've all got magic bags that are
Yeah, no, we'll
Great
put it
for
in,
this.
in a sec. Then we'll...
okay. Yeah, because he wants it to do like scrying and shenanigans. All right. So you have a piece of what you believe is the gold dragon that attacked Remesiana. What else would you like to do?
Durn, as we walk back to town, unless we're staying out here, walks back to town and starts proclaiming that Vors and his merry men will be slayers of the dragon. Hopefully, I know the name. And basically, just does his best to start spreading Vors' notoriety.
I have to look up. It's
Hey,
parent.
nothing about where we're going, what we're doing. I don't care if you want to be the fool and talk wars up. That's fine. Nothing about where we're going or what we're doing.
Durn's like, I barely know where we're going.
But just to be
Didn't I
clear,
just hear you say that we're great dragon slayers and we're going to slay the dragon? You just gave them a
Right.
location. You just gave them what we're doing. Stop doing that.
You're in
Durn-
trouble.
Durn tells all that to the guards, and then Nero scolds him and is, we are great heroes.
Vors
And
pulls
changes
him
his
aside.
story.
Boris pulls him aside and it's just like, hey, Durn, sorry, this test run didn't really work out, so I don't need you to be my hero anymore.
you're letting him go.
You let me go. This job sucked anyway.
I mean, I can give you a head for severance. Well, severance snack.
Durn will accept a head for severance.
Do you put the head in your sack?
I keep the head
No,
in my sack.
Vors is gonna watch him eat it.
Okay.
It is specifically a severance snack.
Is it a severed snack though?
It's a
I know.
severed head of the third son of the Lord Mayor of Egorian.
It was a joke. It was
Okay,
Yeah.
Apologies. I'm not.
Yeah.
I didn't follow.
It
the
was
joke.
That's
it
why
was
it was a great
severance
joke.
puns. Great dad jokes. Yeah, Durn gladly peels it like an onion and then eats the
Ugh.
skin and then peels
Oh.
the next layer and
What?
then pulls out.
Just eat it. God.
The cheeks are
Let the
always-
man live, okay?
Yeah, let me eat, man. Don't tell me how to eat.
Fair point. Fair point.
Boris,
But you
how
did,
long
again-
since you've been here?
Hmm?
How long since you've been here, Boris?
I guess 3 months, right, Joe?
Yep, that's about right.
There's a district, I'm assuming, where they might have artwork for sale.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Can we make a detour there on the way?
We can't.
Okay.
Sure.
Hey, Joe. For my black market connections.
Yep.
Roll. I can't remember. That's a diplomacy check.
I think it is.
Pretty sure it's diplomacy.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy while I look it up.
Okay. And I guess can I study anybody I would talk to about this?
I don't think so, because it's a general, it's like the entire settlement, essentially. You're rolling against Remesiana as a whole, not a person.
Right, but I would like study each person that I would ever talk to about.
But that's more of an
thing.
individual bonus. Like, it's like when you're talking to a couple of people, not like, again, you're just kind of casing the whole place. So I'm going to say that no, I don't think your Velvet Blade stuff applies here.
Boom.
I also
Alright.
don't think it's going to matter all that much, but we'll see. Yeah, you crit succeeded. You needed a 35, so you beat it and you crit succeeded at it. So basically, anything you want is here. Because this is oh wait, this is not, it wasn't even Metropolis. I'm sorry.
This isn't Egorian.
Yeah, but my brain was there. But yeah, so this is still a small city, and you've beaten it by leaps and bounds. So you can treat it as a Metropolis because you crit succeeded. You can treat it as basically as if this is Egorian. Like, things are harder to find here for most people, but you have all the connections in the world, and you know a guy who knows a guy who will find the thing you need.
Cool. So yeah, Nero, we can.
I don't need anything special. Just I want to find a likeness will help me if we can find somebody who's reasonable and has sketched the dragon. Then I'll just pick that up.
All right. So I guess Vors would specifically ask around for dragon artwork.
Specifically, the people who have seen the dragon that attacked the town. Okay, yeah. So you're looking at like a picture, a sketch, or painting of the dragon.
Correct.
And with Vors's role, yeah, you very easily you slip into the artistic district and you find survivors of the dragon attack who have sketched various likenesses of the dragon. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. As Vors is asking around, lots of people are talking about this. This only happened a couple of days ago, and the dragon attack is still fresh. And they keep talking about this hero Gerard, who was manning one of the ballistas on the wall and is said to have clipped the dragon with a ballista. And there are lots of people who have sketched the dragon, and one person even painted a picture of Gerard on the wall with the ballista, and it's flying in the sky. You look like heading towards, towards the dragon. And there are a bunch of pieces of art that are for sale, yes.
Well, find a cheap one that Nero thinks will work and call it a day.
Yeah, you can easily get one for like just a gold. Like a gold is enough for a starving artist. So you can very easily get a likeness that you think will work for your magical purposes for a gold.
Perfect.
And Vors easily finds and brokers that deal.
Durn, if he gets a chance, ask someone about Gerard. Who is he? Like, where does he stay?
Vors can just like track him.
Well, if Durn asks around again, he's basically a local hero at this point. As make a diplomacy check, Durn, specifically because you're asking around. Let's see how well you, because again, you're a halfling in Cheliac. So yeah, just despite that, you're walking around with a bunch of other hero-looking people, and you've got a big sword on your back. You're not some normal slave halfling walking around town, and you are eloquent enough that people do respond to you, and people are very happy to tell you that Gerard he's a local hero, and you keep hearing that, you know, as far as they're concerned, the fact that he clipped this dragon with that is why the Glorious Reclamation ran away. You know, there was all this stuff about the stuff at the harbor and the explosion, but the dragon strafed, the army was set up, but Gerard was up there and he hit that dragon, and the Glorious Reclamation went away. And like you get this impression that things could have been a lot worse. And people are pegging all of this on Gerard and his heroic ability to hit the dragon with the ballista. And people tell you they don't know exactly where he lives, but they reference like one of the districts in town where there's a bunch of bars, and so you can find him there. He's getting free drinks for the rest of his life, as far as we're concerned.
All right, thank you.
And as Aywen hears some of the stories, she makes sure to kind of like acknowledge what Gerard did, but then also spin it a little bit as like, yeah, we've heard that before with the Glorious Reclamation. You kind of graze a wing and they flutter away. They present all tough, but when it comes down to it, they're a bunch of phonies.
Throw me a diplomacy check, Aywen. And Vors, what is your diplomacy check for?
Urban tracking. If we wanted to like track down Gerard.
Yeah. So Aywen, you definitely get that message through, and you get a lot of nods and a lot of agreement with you. Like, definitely the people here in Remesiana that you're talking to, they're Thrunies through and through, and they definitely say that the Glorious Reclamation are a bunch of cowards, and that, you know, Gerard just again clipping this dragon was enough to send them running away, dragging their heels back to Sonara. And yeah, you get your message out, and you get a lot of agreement among the populace. Vors, if you're looking to check Gerard with a roll like that, it's extremely easy. He's not making himself unknown. He's riding the high of being a hero. This just happened a couple of days ago. I think it was like literally 2, maybe 3 days ago. I lost a little bit of track. We haven't played in a couple of months. But like just like 2 or 3 days ago, the dragon strafed the Remesiana. So he's living the high life and getting free drinks. So it's very easy to find him. Are you looking to talk to him?
Only if it would help Nero or Aywen.
They got magic.
I don't think I need anything from him.
Good, we know. It's good. At least we know who he is. If we ever need a fall guy.
A fall guy?
A puppet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if we come across him, then I guess Vors would, I don't know, somehow like try to align like House of Burnus with him, make it look better. Like basically say like, hey, if you ever need.
Yeah, get him to talk about the dragon a little bit. I can always use the description and just figure it out.
Yeah, Vors would talk him up, and yeah, ask him about it, and basically like let him know that he's always got a like bed to sleep in or whatever if he needs to.
Okay. Toss me another diplomacy check just to see how well that all goes over. But just kind of hand waving the conversation, you get the impression that he's just a local city guard who was stationed on the wall that day, and he happened to be able in a good spot. He was on a ballista, and he turned it, and like he tells you this heroic story, and as he's telling it, the way like he's making it more grandiose than it seems, and Vors is definitely reading into it. Like he was just lucky. Like he's just the guy that was there and shot the thing and happened to graze it, and everything he says is true. You have no impression that he's lying to you. But basically, you get the opinion that he's not a hero. He's just Gerard the Guard, who happened to get lucky with a ballista shot. And everybody is painting him out as if like he rebuked the Glorious Reclamation, and they're rejoicing in this, and this is a great thing. And Aywen was kind of stirring that pot, but you get the sense that like that's not what really happened here. But everyone's happy to be there and happy to believe that story. And you make it very clear that, you know, he's always got a bed to sleep in, he's got a friend in the Avernus family. And Gerard is happy to drink with you and hang out with you and tell you lots of stories about the dragon and also other times that he's done on the guard. But none of the stories are nearly as interesting as the time he clipped a dragon's scale.
So as he's talking himself down, Aywen will basically kind of shake him off and say, "Look, no. It's not about the one who clips the dragon, right? It's about the symbolism. It's the everyday common man resisting this horrible movement. That's what's to be celebrated. You're bigger than the clipping. You symbolize what we need to do."
And he nods along, and you get a lot of cheers behind you. A lot of people in the bar are agreeing with you, Aywen. Yeah. And he nods and he raises his glass to you, like he's with you 100%. You know, everybody's got to stand up for Queen and Empire, and you behind you for Queen and Empire.
Durn. Bad hand gesture.
Durn naturally does.
Sorry, Durn.
Durn like joins in on like, when we start talking about Queen and Empire. Durn gets really into it. Autopilot again.
And you guys didn't explicitly talk about it, but news of your accomplishments does not seem to have reached Remesiana at this point. No one has identified you. No one has called you out as, you know, you are heroes of the Empire. In Egorian, in the royal courts, you are all anybody will talk about. But these common people here in the bar and the people you've been walking past in Remesiana, they don't seem to know who you are yet. And you're only a couple days away from Egorian. But again, you became heroes at midnight yesterday. Like midnight this morning.
We didn't go viral yet.
Yeah, you're not viral yet, correct. People don't know who you are, and if you told your story, they might not even believe you at this point.
Everyone out there in Twitch land, press like, whatever it is.
Hit the do
Smash that like button. Make sure you share the video. Anything helps.
Begging for subscriptions. Let's do it.
If you got Amazon Prime, you can subscribe and then give your free tokens to us. This is on Twitch, right?
This is on Twitch,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you give us your tokens.
Give me the tokens. I don't know what they are, but I want them. They're tokens. I want
Yeah,
them.
they sound
They
good.
sound
I
good.
need them. I need them.
Uh,
Smash that kappa.
Yeah, so you're having a good time. You're paying for drinks. Again, a beer is a copper, and you guys are like stupid rich. Like a gold buys 100 beers.
We're like bomb drinking rich.
Yeah,
We
you're getting
can
the
supply
entire
Bob.
city bombed basically for like 20 gold.
How much does it cost to get Bob drunk?
That we haven't really discussed. I don't know the physics.
No, well, no,
of-
we did discuss this.
well,
before,
I didn't, so you can tell me.
I thought you said it was going to take like 115 beers.
I didn't do the math.
Calculate
Someone else
the-
did the math.
We could calculate the weight-based dosing.
Yeah, we ain't
All
doing
right, let's
that
go.
now.
I mean, does anyone want
Doing
to
that
sit
now.
there
I'll
and do
do
that
it all day.
math?
No, it'll take some time.
How,
There's
how,
like a-
how many hogsheads of beer does it take?
The answer is you're rich enough that it doesn't matter. Like you get a
Yes.
cask of
Ooh.
wine put next to you, and you just lift it up with your ogre strength.
You guys are like those YouTube ads. Hey, do you want to do? Hey, you do math at work all day. Do you want to do standard math to make this knight fight dragons? Like fuck on my face.
Hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do.
Oh yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys are in Remesiana. You're drinking. You're having a good time. And you're playing up Gerard the Guard. And what else you guys gonna do?
Let's get out.
Yeah, get out. What are you gonna do?
What's the next move, Nero?
Figure we were gonna go to Vors's and prepare, and I'll divine, and we'll see when we need to head out.
So, Vors, your family does have a bunch of. You don't even know the entirety of what your family has now because you've been gone for 3 months. But you are aware that your family does maintain a small residence in the city proper, and you have like an actual villa, something like the place that Vex had in Sonara, in the rural area next to Remesiana. So, are you going to your rural villa, or are you going to the city?
I would start with the urban location first.
We're already there, right?
Yeah, you're in town. So you get there, and the place is still being maintained. As you open the door, you still see servants and slaves moving around the property. And they look at you and are a little curious, but they do all remember you. So they say, Master Vors, you've returned.
Yes, I heard that. Well, I'm not sure if you've heard, but I have been named the head of the Avernus family by the Queen.
Yeah, and the one halfling in front, who's one of the, like, we'll just call her the matron of the household, she shakes her. I had not. What happened to your uncle? What happened to your mother?
Well, I heard my mother was killed.
And they seem shocked by that. Like, we hadn't seen her in a couple of days. We did not. In the siege?
That's what the Queen told me. And
The queen, her eyes go super wide. The queen told you that?
yes, just I don't know, day before yesterday.
And she's just astounded. Like, we didn't. And she looks at the other halflings, and none of them seem to have known that this was happening. And your uncle, what happened to him?
He got caught up in a few things while he was in Egorian, and yeah, unfortunately he didn't make it out. So
And his sons, Todd, Rod, his daughter Quincy.
the three of them ended up running with the wrong folks, and also met an untimely demise.
My goodness.
I would argue very just, but
That's me laughing. That's not the halfling laughing. Like, she's just shocked. My goodness, and she looks up at you, and she realizes that she has addressed you incorrectly. She called you master as she walked in, and she bows very deeply. My deepest apologies, Baron Vors of Avernus. How may I serve you?
I just wanted to check on, how these states are operating, and basically like make sure that things are going smoothly, that revenues are positive, or net revenues are positive.
Okay. Well,
We can hand wave a lot of this, Joe, if you want.
yeah,
Unless
that's fine.
you
She
have-
doesn't
unless you
know
have
much
stuff
about the
like big-
business. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a whole lot prepared there, but basically she takes you around the house and shows you that at least the homestead is operating normally. Even the fact that they haven't seen your mom in a couple of days and your uncle's been out of town for a couple of weeks. It's basically they're keeping up appearances in the household. If you're looking for the business side of things, she can't really help you there, but she will take you into the office where presumably the ledgers are kept and everything like that. And we can hand wave stuff and do stuff on Discord if you want. But basically, you can get a feel for how the businesses are running. But just at a quick glance, kind of like we talked about before, your uncle was changing a lot of what your family was doing. He was trying to make you look more above board. Ostensibly, you are kind of getting into the international shipping business, working across the sea, trying to get spices from down there up to here. But you get the impression from the ledgers and from the code that your uncle was using that you are still very much moving illicit drugs across the sea and selling them there and getting some from down there up to here, things like that. But yeah, just a general hand wave. You can tell that they're trying to look more above board and doing much more traffic than your father might have been doing because of these large shipping vessels going across the sea.
You'd also ask about any insurance certificates on the vessels that were lost, and
Sure,
all that.
she'll direct you to whatever offices they have, and I'm sure there are some of those. Yes, they definitely would have had
Yeah.
insurance on the boats.
and then also just make sure that there's enough like savings for the estates to like keep operating,
and
and
yeah,
if
she
you can,
nods.
like toss some gold or whatever. But
Sure. Like she definitely thinks she has enough to get by, and if you throw any gold on top of that, she can definitely keep the place running. It doesn't take a whole lot to keep a homestead running. So yeah, so she's happy to do that.
Okay. Yeah, we can do the rest of that offline.
All right, sure. Okay. And do you want to do the same thing at the rural place? Do you want to go out there and just kind of hand wave that we did all that there?
Yeah, we can just hand wave it, do that offline.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you have a hook buried in there.
I
So-
do not have a hook buried there.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. I do not have a hook buried there. But again, it's a much nicer place, and when he takes you there, it's not as nice as Fex's place, but it is fairly nice, and you all get the kind of a, you get the feeling of what Vors' family was. Like he's just been this guy that was slumming it with you in Longacre, and now you see like where he came from. He comes from money. Like Nero's from a family in Longacre. He's from like a small family in the boonies. And Vors is from a small family in a fairly large, small city. So like, it's definitely a nicer place. And he shows you kind of like he's got vineyards and he's got all this stuff. Like he's got land. His family has land and a nice villa.
Yeah. And I guess like he just like established like a couple points of contact that he could maybe check in with once a week or whatever
Sure.
via sending or something.
Sure. There are definitely halflings and other people within your organization that you can talk to with sending. And you introduce Nero to them so Nero is familiar enough to do it. Because presumably he's the one casting sending.
Presumably. Yeah.
Aywen can too, yeah. I saw the gesture. Aywen can as well. So he introduces all of you to his cohorts in case you need to talk to them.
He tosses Bob a keg in the cellar.
Bob shotguns the keg. He uses his new piercing weapon to.
Takes the cork out and
Ooh.
stabs the top.
I like it.
All right. So yeah, you spend some time there. Are you going to spend the night there, or are you looking to leave pretty quickly?
Up to Nero.
I assume you could probably get us there tonight if we needed to, Aywen.
Yep.
Let me divine. We'll see if tonight is
Yeah.
ostensibly the night that we need to get out there.
Sure.
And
I'll be on standby. You just tell me.
Vors would kind of make if we could do it without letting anybody know where we were going, would like to make the exit as conspicuous as possible, at least like within his own estate, so that
Conspicuous or inconspicuous? I missed what you
as
said.
conspicuous, like he wants like everybody working at the estate to see it, like see how they're leaving.
Okay.
Like, basically, like, yeah,
You're making
just
a big deal.
Big, beautiful teleport ray.
yeah, like send a message.
Fair point. Okay, so you're going to draw
Do you
attention
want
to the
me
fact
to-
that you're bamfing out. You're talking to your gnome friend who's teleporting everybody out of the place, and a halfling jumps into a sack before you. There's the spectacle of it all. All right.
This is where the bad ones go.
You were saying something, Nero, I think, before we.
I was going to say that if you need me to look in on any of your slaves, if that's something that will make a show for you, then just let me know. I can do that too.
Okay. I mean, really just a quick look at the ledgers, make sure things aren't going to go tits up.
No, it looks like it's going to go
Next,
fine.
like month.
Okay. And then you're going to make your conspicuous scene that night, or are you going to? What are you divining, Nero? What are you doing?
Well, so Nero's going to do some of his yes/no divining. I'll run that by you real quick. But before he does that, he wants to get a moment with Aywen.
Yeah, she doesn't resist.
So he's just going to pull you aside, and he's just giving you the hard eyeball, and looks you over and says, "So I know that there's something, and you don't have to tell me about it because there's always something.
There is always something. You're right.
You're not going to you don't have any plan, and you will not in the future betray me, correct?"
I'm not planning to betray you, no.
"And you will not?"
And I will not.
And the rest, the same?
Yeah. How, do you suspect that I'm going to betray people? What have I done to make you think that I'm tossing others under the bus here?
It's usually when there's something I don't need to know about, it's above board that I don't need to know about. There was
Yeah.
something off about what you said. I can't put my finger on it, but it's different this time, right?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I protected you from knowledge before. I protect you from knowledge now.
Agreed.
I
And
don't know that
that's
it's any different.
if you say so.
It's sketchy as fuck, dude.
It is.
The vibes are
That's-
off. Roll the vibe check.
Is anybody else
Well,
around
yeah.
when you're doing this?
No, Nero wanted this to be solo dolo.
Solodola.
So Aywen will kind of look at him and say, "Look, we're after the same thing, right? At the end of the day, we want the same thing, don't we?
Regarding Glorious Reclamation, yes.
Yeah. We want order to be restored, do we not?
Yes.
Okay. So have I shown you that you can't overall trust me? I know that some of my tactics are not as you would do, but my goals have been the same. My plans have been good.
Like I said,
Yeah.
it just seemed different this time. I just wanted to run it by you and see what I thought about you.
Fair enough. Well, let me know if you have your doubts again, and we'll get it squared away.
Of course.
You're an-
The reason I brought this up, the reason I brought it up in private is because you've always been someone I can trust before.
good. Well, I hope you still think you can.
Yes.
I know you also have a plan with the dragon. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Excellent. I will. So Nero will take an hour and do his diviney thing, Joe, and I'll ask you a series of yes or no questions if that's okay.
Sure. I'm buzzed and looking forward to this.
Okay. Is Parnapotatomus ostensibly planning to go eat tonight?
No.
Is Durn's mother in Remesiana?
No.
Does Grax's fan sleep in a single bedroom?
Yes. I don't like that. I don't like that question, but yes.
I can't remember. I had more, but I don't remember them now. Did the dragon hunt yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, gives me a time frame. Have the Hell Knights started regaining their strength?
Yes. Some. Oh, these are yes or no questions. Yes.
Would more sendings reinforce that? Giving you opportunity to say yes, some.
I want to say yes, but it also depends on who Nero knows. But I'll just say yes.
Yeah. Is Vors' mother dead?
Yes.
Was it actually during the siege?
Yes.
Does the dwarf visiting Resark. Visit him in every day,
No.
every other day.
You hear yes and no.
Okay, so about that. In the daytime,
Yes.
in the evening.
No.
That'll do it. I think I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
All right.
Oh, just knowledge. Would a dragon eat carrion, or do they hunt?
You would think they would hunt.
Okay.
In desperation, certainly, but you would
Right.
think they prefer live.
Right. Perfect. Okay. So we could go tonight. It doesn't much matter. My main thought was if the dragon was going to hunt tonight, we go tonight and try to catch it while it's out hunting. But if that's not happening, then there's no point. We could just rest up, and I'll try to scry on the dragon, and we'll call it a day.
All right. Anybody else have opinions or discussions with Nero about that?
I mean, if we're hanging out, then I guess Vors would arrange to have rooms for everyone and maybe throw Bob in the stable because he won't fit anywhere else.
Durn
represent
sleeps
that
in the
statement.
stable.
How does Bob react to that suggestion / joke / whatever?
I'm gonna go inside. I'm making my own door.
If you're stopping him, he's making his own door.
No,
That sounds
after cracking the joke, Vors would definitely arrange for him to have maybe 2 beds pushed together. I don't know.
Whatever will support him. Yeah.
California King.
Floor mattress.
Well, yeah, floor mattress,
Big
legs
futon.
and arms hanging off the bed for sure.
Bob,
but-
this is strange for you. I know we're joking about it, but you're an ogre. You are literally an ogre, and you're in a villa, and you're like ducking your head under everything, or maybe you're bashing your head against things. I don't know. But basically, you're struggling to exist in this human-sized building that only yesterday would be normal for you. And
Yeah.
like when it becomes time for sleeping arrangements, Vors literally has to arrange something. He's like, push those beds together and like put cinder blocks under the bottom or whatever it is, like it doesn't collapse. And
I
again,
prefer a cinder boss, but whatever.
yeah, put a cinder boss under there. So like, do you have any reaction to that? Or you just you're Big Bob and that's fine? Or how does Bob take this?
It doesn't matter to me. I've slept in worse places.
You've been big before. People have enlarged you, and when you did that, a couple of things, like when Moloch and imbibed you with holy power, you have gotten large before. But now you're just large all the time. Do you?
Yeah.
You don't care? You're totally cool with that?
No.
Okay.
Bar tabs have gotten proportionally larger, but
It's true. But again, you just this is you forever now. It's not just you in the heat of battle when things need to get
it's
done.
me until I get bored of it and Nero fixes it.
It's true. But
Just
you're
for
existing.
the
in this world.
record, I can also reverse the spell I cast myself. So you know,
Or anybody who casts a
it
spell
doesn't.
magic on.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. Yeah.
Correct. But yeah, but you're
Bob doesn't
large.
remember that.
This is a gift. You be grateful.
And you're existing in this world as an ogre, and people are looking at you everywhere you go. People are staring at you. Like the guard confronted you about it, and you terrified him. But everywhere you go, people are not talking to you about it, but they're definitely looking at you. You sit at a bar, and you're an ogre. You're twice as large and 4 times as heavy, at least, as a normal person. But you're just acting like a normal person everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And you're totally okay with that. You got no reaction.
What the hell do I care? I own a meth lab and an alcohol distillery.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let's do a quick bio break here, and then we'll come back. So I'll see you in a bit. Oh god. All right, so you have wrapped up at the Avernus Manor, and you are ready to do whatever you're doing. Nero did his divinations. So, are you staying the night, or did Nero just do that and you guys are ready to roll, or what are you into?
Thought we were staying the night, which is why
We-
we're making arrangements
The
for Bob.
bed. Yeah, that makes sense.
We can stay the night. You know, we could go there and have an uncomfortable night, probably. I assume that there's going to be, you know, a day and a night shift, and that the night shift is smaller. But
For what it's worth, it doesn't really matter to Vors.
Same.
Okay.
Aywen's willing to go if that's the right move.
yeah, let's go tonight. We can spend an uncomfortable night in a secret area, but it'll be safe and warm anyway.
All right, so we don't put the beds on cinder blocks for.
You tell the servants to arrange it, and then you say, "I actually don't need that. Just leave it in case we need to come back." But yeah. All right, and you
I
guys
mean,
are.
we could come back.
Anything can happen. I mean, Aywen can do stuff. She's down one spell. What's teleport? Level 5 or?
Correct. Level 5. I've got
So
4
she's
left.
burning a second level 5 spell.
Would there be anything at the estate that might be helpful on the adventure path?
Well, I mean, that's a very broad question to ask me, who knows a lot about the adventure path. Is there anything you're looking for? Because I'm not going to say, "Oh yeah, that thing of giant slaying is
Someone's
there."
got to write that down. That's the moral.
Oh. Now that Bob is big,
Hmm.
I think Vors would probably want to keep like some giant slaying or whatever
Arrows.
arrows that might be applicable.
What the
If for no other reason,
Just
then
human
Michael
bane.
make that face.
You want human bane or do you want giant bane? Because I think he's still a human, even though he's technically a giant. You know
He
what I mean?
knows what he's doing.
Yeah. If you want to buy like human bane arrows specifically to murder him, you have a couple. I think you got a couple from.
I do.
Rob.
Yeah, I was just asking to get Michael in the face.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
worked. Drum.
It worked. Yeah. So you guys are going to teleport out. And I forgot what happened. I thought the queen did something. Did she give you a scroll of greater teleport, or how did this work? How were you getting there?
There was something like that.
I feel like she gave you a scroll of greater teleport, which basically means you do not
I
miss.
did. Yeah, I thought you did, and then don't you have the feat where you don't burn the scroll, Nero?
Well, Nero can.
That doesn't work with. That's for cleric spells. That's not for.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
It's not for,
Aywen has to use it. And there's a chance she fails, and if she fails and rolls really poorly on a wisdom check, there's a chance that it burns up. But I think it's.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
If I could renegotiate the contract we're under,
Like the one with Wars and Durn.
no,
There's
the
so many-
one we
there's so many
signed, the
contracts.
one we signed for the in front of the court.
Oh, for the boons.
Yeah. Would that be something you're into?
I mean, yeah. If I don't want to give up my soul if we don't do this, but
Yeah, what do you have in
But
mind?
well, if I call for the same devil, then we might be able to get a contract change. Maybe we give them other souls. Rather than have a possibility of getting our souls, they get guaranteed souls. When you and I now have access to that spell that sends souls to hell, probably
Indeed.
it's an easy thing on that side to just set up, for lack of a better word, a net.
I'm sure they'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll be sending them enough, so we'll have some good incentive.
All right. Well, I can try and summon that devil anytime. Maybe we'll do that once we set up at the new place.
So do I need to do some rolls for the scroll?
I think you do. I was trying to look it up. Activate the spell.
I can't put it in my spell book first, right?
You can't because it's higher than you are, right? You can't cast greater teleport, or can you? Like, do you have that level of spell?
It's 7th level, yeah.
So no.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to cast that. Yeah,
I think.
I'm up to 6 now.
Then you must make a caster level check. So roll 1d20 plus 13.
I think isn't there a button?
There
for that
probably
caster?
is. Yeah, on the sheet, I'd imagine.
I think it's in the spell thing. Yeah. Here we
That
go.
sounds right. Yeah. All right. So the scroll's caster level plus 1 is the DC. So you aced it. You're totally good. So you cast the spell successfully. So you look at the scroll, and as you're casting it, the scroll burns up. It's consumed as part of this. But you use greater teleport, and basically you can describe just vaguely where you want to be near the thing, and you basically want to be where, in the mountains near the Citadel.
Whatever we discussed.
Yeah, Nero can tell you. Nero knows the environs of the
Yeah, the
Citadel.
postern gate. There's a
Well, you don't want to show up at the gate, I imagine.
Hello.
there's a hidden gate, yeah?
Oh yes, there. Yeah, apologies. There is a hidden gate. There is definitely a. Is that what the postern gate was? Probably. It sounds about right. So there is a hidden gate within the mountains that you believe leads to a series of tunnels that gets into the dungeons of the Citadel. Are you going there, or are you going around there?
Do we want to wait out the dragon, or do we want to get in the Citadel immediately?
How effective is a dragon going to be in a tight dungeon?
I think a dragon's allure is that it's effective anywhere.
Is it urgent that we get there? Is there a time crunch?
I don't think so. Maybe let's show up at the postern gate, and we'll figure it out from there. See what we can see.
Do you know the next time the dragon's going out?
Not today. He ate yesterday, so I'd wager 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Durn nods and agrees.
Yeah, we may as well make good use of the time and scout it out, see what we see.
Now that I think about it, Vors would probably want to raid the storage areas at the state.
Sure.
Both the above board and not so above board ones.
Okay. Are you looking for things in particular, or what do you?
Probably some Zerk
Yeah,
and
it's around. Yeah.
other stuff.
I don't know what other stuff is, but yeah, but if
I-
you're looking for drugs, there are drugs.
What was it like? Was it like honey dust?
Yeah.
Was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else I would want off the top of my head. That might help us.
Well, if you're looking for drugs, there's a bunch on the estate, and also you roll really well with your underground connections. So, whatever drugs you want are available for gold that you have.
I kind of just figured that they'd be coming from my family's doings anyway. So
Certainly a lot of them, but maybe not all of them. You might not have access to all the drugs.
Okay.
You don't have all the drugs in your house, if that's what you're asking.
The list is about 20 drugs.
Sorry.
I think we tried to do all of them and stopped.
I think you started
blood
alphabetically or reverse alphabetically with Zerk. I don't remember what you were trying to do, but there are a good
Yeah.
number of drugs in Galarian.
yeah, definitely some Zerk, honey dust. I can't remember what else was worth using. So I don't know.
Sure, we can just hand wave it, and you can look it up later and figure out what you want. We can say you can pocket
How much does Bob need to take? Does he need to double or quadruple his dose for that?
I don't know if that's a rule. I haven't seen that anywhere. I don't know if you need a double bump of Zerk to get effective.
It's like
I'm gonna
lace
go
it
with
with
no.
fentanyl, he'll get fucked.
Oh yeah, I do have all the fentanyl.
You have a lot of carfentanil.
Oh, the carfentanil. Sorry.
That'll do.
You opened a vial of that and murdered an entire room of people. Yeah.
Bob just
Durn
sneezes. Yeah.
If Durn has a moment with Nero before they go off and teleport, I guess while you're looting your supplies, he says, "Can you renegotiate my
Hey,
contract, or
hey,
is that just?"
hey, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Are you back to streaming?
I thought so. Why?
Oh.
Because from my car.
Oh, 'cause my buddy, I just sent my buddy a text saying we're live, and he sent me a text just now asking if it's already over. So.
Okay, I'll check. Pretty sure it's still on.
I had it running too.
It's running.
All right. It's probably not saying that.
It looks
That's
good.
fine.
Sorry. I looked to see.
I think it's still up.
Yeah, it's running.
Should be a viewer. Yeah, it's good.
All right. So back to carfentanil. So you're buying a lot. You're getting a lot of
s-
drugs, and then what?
Durn, Durn. So Durn asked Nero, "Can you renegotiate my contract, or that's just a dream?"
Your contract?
You were talking about renegotiating contracts with the devil or something. Does that get me out? Durn,
Your contract with the queen?
whichever one binds me the most.
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't dare touch that. I wouldn't dare even broach the subject. Maybe when all of this is over, you could ask for such a thing to stay in the service, but to be a freedman, maybe you could ask for that. But even as useful as we are, I think for me to deign to ask that might cost me my head.
Well, we don't want that. Okay. I'll wait. I've waited this long.
So before we pop, should I scry on the dragon, or should we just pop and I'll scry there?
No, do it now.
So yeah, what are you gonna do?
Joe's gonna jump us as soon as we get there. I promise you.
Okay. So I'll scry on the dragon.
All right. Do you need to make a check for that, or are you just good to go?
Though basically the dragon makes a save.
Cool.
Is there anything I got to get through?
You mean like spell resistance or something? What do you mean?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know. What the hell do I know? I'm dumb. Let's see. I assume they have spell. Does spell resistance apply to?
It does.
It does. Okay. Let me look this up then. I assume they have spell resistance because hey, you can imagine. Yeah, there is spell resistance. So you need to make what is that? Just like a straight caster level check or?
I think it's a caster level check, yeah.
All right, 1d20 plus 13. Go for it. Or use the button like Aywen did. Oh wow, I'm in a spell penetration
X,
too.
where is that?
It's under spells. If
I
you
had to go. Yeah, I had to go into the sheet.
Oh, okay.
open the sheet, go to spells.
Spell. Yeah,
There's
spell
a,
tab.
there's a
and then
button.
it's
It says caster level. You can just
at the
click it.
top.
Jesus.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pierce the spell resistance, and then it makes what, like a will save, or what kind of save?
Yes, he's gonna make a will save, and he's gonna take a penalty because I've got stuff of his.
Okay. What's my save?
All right, we'll have to deal with that later. My caster level says it's 12. It should be 13, but go on.
So what is my save? Do you have any idea?
Your save is 9 plus. This is a 5th level spell. It's a 24. I would have secondhand knowledge of him, yeah.
Yes, you've seen pictures of him and heard stories of him.
So he gets a +5. I've got a likeness or picture that's a -2, and I've got a body part that's a -10. So that's a -7 on his will save, and he has to make a 24.
He has made that. So you don't see him.
Boo.
Okay, so you scry and you get an image of nothing. You get just gray nothing, and you try to move the ether around, and you cannot get a picture of where the dragon is.
No dice today.
All right,
He blocked you. Durn asks inquisitively. He blocked you. He stopped you.
He resisted it, yeah.
So he knows we're coming.
No. If I try to cast this spell on you, your mind just resists it. Stronger minds are more able to resist.
Hmm.
But nothing as interesting as he knows we're coming.
Good.
So, to the gate then, I guess.
Yeah. Nero will give you a description of like a little glade near the gate.
What time is it?
Let's just say you spent the afternoon there, and maybe you had dinner before you left, so you wouldn't have to eat just trail rations on the way. Unless you were rushing.
Do we have? We're heading east, so the sun presumably sets earlier.
I mean, I don't know how far it is east, but yes. Yes, you're not wrong. I don't have a scale on this map, but I don't believe it's that much earlier. But yes. But are you rushing, or like you're gonna have dinner and then go?
Yeah.
I want
Well, I think we'd have dinner and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We're-
the sun is setting, but it's not dark yet when you're ready
We're
to
classy
teleport.
fellas. We're rich.
Jake, you can hang out at his villa. It's a very nice villa. He's definitely shown you around, and you've seen the views. He's got the Abernuses have money, and Vors is the Abernuses at this
We
point.
could spend the rest of our D&D days in a cushioned life.
You could retire right now. He is a baron. You would have a wonderful life. You could end the campaign right here. You could just retire and just work his vineyard. Not even work it, just order people
Enjoy
to
it.
work it.
Yeah.
And you could be
Your
done.
soul would be forfeit.
We would lose D&D. Don't ever lose D&D, guys.
Well, you can't win D&D, so do you choose to lose it, or do you choose to keep playing and never win? It's up to you.
So
All
poof.
right.
Poof.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get there.
All right.
I think we're moving.
We're making progress.
All right.
Joe, you told me what Fluffy is, correct?
I have told you what Fluffy is, and let me read some more about Fluffy to you. So,
Nice.
Fluffy is a Cerberus, and he is a Malabologian Cerberus, which is basically, the Moloch zone Cerberus. And you believe that he is loud and openly aggressive to anybody that he does not perceive as being related to the Order of the Godclaw. So even the fact that you have friends with you, you believe that they are going to be a problem, that the Cerberus is going to be barking and attacking. So before you bamf,
Right.
but let's rewind a little bit.
I mean, Bob can handle animal now, though, right? So Bob's fine.
Can Bob handle animal? I'm going to
Yeah,
go with
they can
Getting that fucking snake.
they can be playmates.
So I don't know if we'll be able to get heraldry here. We could get something rudimentary. We could get you masks, or we could just use the hats of disguise and hope that he's not terribly bright, which he probably isn't. But
how many hats of disguise do you have?
who grabbed one?
I wouldn't have.
Doesn't ever.
I have one, yeah.
I have one.
I don't have one. I have to buy one.
Well, I don't need one.
I don't think Vors
So-
bothered with one. So
They're not expensive, and you could definitely find them in Remesiana if you need more.
Let's just say we did it. I'll subtract.
We
it
could
from
try to
the
buy
cheap.
heraldry. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
stuff for Godclaw people here.
there probably is, given my connections.
You definitely have access to everything. I don't know how long it takes to make heraldry to the level that you like. What does Nero think is sufficient?
I mean, something that outwardly would indicate it. I mean, him in the heavy armor is a pretty good start. Aywen with a mask. Vors with.
This is probably a dumb question, but do we think that he can see invisible? Is that a solution?
We probably want Fluffy on our side.
Yeah.
Nero would not believe that the Cerberus can see invisible based on what he knows of it, and you can make a knowledge check to see if you know anything about
Sure.
what it is. But Nero does not believe he can see invisibility.
I don't need to make a knowledge check if that's what Nero thinks.
Yeah, Nero would have told you. So.
Nero and his like 60 knowledge checks. I believe him.
But is he a dog? Will he smell them?
He does have scent. You do believe he can smell things. Yes.
Okay.
It's a valid point. Let me look something up.
Well, so do yourselves up, and we'll go.
I guess I will don a hat of disguise.
Okay. Then you're just making yourself out to look like a member of the Order
A
of the
Godclaw
Godclaw.
archer.
You've
Do we
seen like
need for the-
Nero's shield. He's got that shield with the 5 things.
Because
on it.
I'm wearing the heraldry. I don't need the shield. One of you can take the shield,
Mhm.
and just look good, and I will put on the mask and look legit, and the rest of you will disguise to look legit.
I think Bob should carry the shield, like as a ring.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's small for him. It's a tiny little thing.
It'll be a small shield, yeah.
It's like a bracer for him.
Is it just a matter of like how it sees us, or are we gonna have? Is there like, should we know stuff about the Godclaw? Is it gonna ask us stuff that we would need to know how to answer?
It's
Nero,
not a dog per se, but it's a dog. So I don't think it knows any of the. I don't think there's a password.
Should we bring some meat?
Outsiders don't need to eat, Joe, but I assume he might eat.
yeah, he would enjoy eating, but you think he'd eat very quickly and it wouldn't distract him for long.
No, not distract him. Just be like, hey, I'm friendly. Have
Here's a
some-
deer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it customary?
You do believe that the Godclaw are feeding it. Yes, they are feeding it, and they have basically stationed it where it is to guard people from sneaking into this entrance. And that again, it is loud and aggressive to people it does not believe are of the Godclaw. But as Nero has said, it's a dog. It is definitely above dog intelligence, but it can't speak. It can't ask you questions. It can't interrogate you. Nero has seen it talked to in Infernal, and it seems to understand more than a dog would. It's not just command words. It seems to understand Infernal, but has never spoken in Nero's experience.
All right. So, gather your stuff. Let's go.
Anybody do anything else? No? All right.
I bought 2 hats. I think we just need 2. Shield goes to 1.
Well, you have 2 hats in the party, so Aywen's got a hat. Bob has
And
a
Nero
shield.
has a hat.
Nero
I
doesn't
also had the hat though. Like I was using
Yeah.
that to dress up.
need-
as
Whose
sort of-
whose
We're
hat
fine.
did you borrow? Did you have your own hat?
You know, he borrowed Aywen's hat.
I thought you borrowed Aywen's hat.
I think Durn just needs a hat then.
Oh. All right, weak.
Well, yeah, so Bob's got a shield. Nero is Nero. Aywen has a hat. Vors is borrowing Aywen's hat or someone else's hat.
I think we need 2.
I think you need one more hat.
Yeah,
I've got a hat that I'm not using that someone's using.
Yeah,
Um,
you need
Sure.
one more.
yeah. So then we just need to buy 1.
Okay.
It is expensive. 1,800 gold, no joke.
It kind
That's
of,
like less
it kind of
than
is a joke.
each allowance.
That's like Durn's allowance. Yeah, exactly.
It's just 1 week.
Yeah, and again, Vors can easily find a hat of disguise in Remesiana.
Yeah.
And all you
And
need
Nero
to do,
just
you're not
basically
even doing
describe
like a
what you need to
crazy
look
thing
like.
with it. You're just
I'm trying to do a better job of keeping track of the loot because I
Fair
did
enough.
a terrible job last time.
Fair enough. All right. So you buy a hat of disguise somewhere in Remesiana. Because again, if you wanted to actually create the heraldry or create like a sigil, it would take hours. So if you're not going to willing to wait hours, you're just going to buy a hat of disguise.
Fire our way out of it.
So you teleport to a glade near the Cistern Gate. So you're basically in the mountains. You're in a small glade within the mountains. And you look around you. There are like high peaks all around, and there is a deep river that's running. You can hear it in the distance, but you were on the north side of that. And you have teleported basically all the way over there to Citadel Dinyar.
Employ the owl.
You employ the owl to do what?
Look around for us.
Okay, what are you looking around for? Flies up.
I mean, like Vors can't see more than 60 feet, so you'd like just like to see more than 60 feet.
Fair enough. Does it tell you? Does it telepathically describe it to you, or do you see through the owl? How does it work? I forget.
You see through the owl's eyes.
Okay. So it flies up, and you do see like an expansive mountain range. This is basically a very isolated citadel in the middle of the mountains, but it does straddle a river. So you do see there are two main fortresses, and they are connected. They're big stone structures that go like I think 3 stories high. 2 stories high, apologies, because there's underground too. So 2 stories high, and there are a large bridge that goes across the river, connecting these 2 fortresses, essentially on either side of the river. And this is the remote wilderness. It's not like this is not next to a city. This is not like the gate in front of a city. This is the middle of nowhere in the mountains across a river. Is this citadel that exists? And do you make perception checks through the owl or as the owl, or how do you see?
It's pretty vague, I think.
I think it's probably like as the owl.
I'd imagine. Just roll a d20. We'll go with that for now until you prove otherwise.
Okay.
Roll a d20 and we'll see how the owl does. In a general sense.
Where's the button?
On the left side, there's a dice. Yeah, like hover over it maybe. Or you can use /roll d20. 1d20.
All right.
Yeah, so it doesn't get a great view, but it does notice that there are guards walking the ramparts of the citadel in groups of 4 or 5.
Tell it to look for the dragon.
Look for the dragon.
Can you talk to it? How does that? How does your?
The owl communicates with its owner by telepathic means, informing her of all it sees and hears.
But the other way? But can you tell it things?
Yeah. According to the command word use, the owl communicates with its owner. Blah, blah, blah.
Seeing a one-way communication stream, unless somebody proves otherwise.
Well, could come down and then go back up.
That's true.
Okay.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Okay, yes. So it does a loop, comes back to you, and you tell it to go look for the dragon, and it does a loop. And toss me another perception check. Roll that again. Specifically looking for a dagger.
Smoke. Someplace big enough to house however big Nero thinks the dragon is.
Yeah, yeah. So it does notice that there is the top of one of the big bell towers, essentially, like the big central tower, has been destroyed. Like you see that there's like bricks missing and knocked out of the way, and basically it looks like something large has moved in there, and the owl sees some glinting of gold that you believe maybe the dragon is layering in the top of this bell tower.
Okay.
The owls have +4 perception,
Fair enough.
So-
Yep, that's good.
just for future reference.
Yep.
So. All right, so Vors relays that to the party and tells the owl to just keep circling and keep an eye out.
The owl does so. What's everybody else doing?
Well, when the party first gets there, and Aywen kind of like, sees the mountains in the background, she takes a second, and you can see that she kind of just like furrows her brow and looks kind of in disgust and just basically spits at the ground in the direction of the mountains.
Does Aywen not like mountains, or is this? Like
Well, these are the mountains that she got pitted in, right?
That's true. This is the same range of mountains. That's true. And I forget how you got out. Did you actually escape through the mountains and then you saw? How did you get out of the
Yeah, because the angel let her go out the mountain pass there. So yeah, she got to the outside and then teleported away.
So yeah, this isn't the exact range you saw. Like when you look around, you don't see you don't see like the mountain, but this is the same range. So you see like the same characteristics in all the mountains, like the coloration, the minerals, things like that. This looks like the same place, but visibly different.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's. I mean,
Correct.
she's way closer to it now than she was before, and so basically she just envisions that angel and spits in the direction of the mountain.
Fair enough.
If Durn catches it, Durn is like, do you want to blow it up?
If I
People,
could
some
have,
people,
if I could have, I would have already. We're getting a nuclear bomb. Hopefully that'll
we
that'll do the
we should
trick.
hire someone to
Someone
cast
say
Earthquake.
nuclear Bob.
Nuclear
We
bomb.
do have nuclear Bob coming. That's the super weapon. It's a nuclear Bob.
We're dropping bobs.
But then after that, basically we'll go over to Nero and try to get a sense of where where we're close enough now, but where should we go?
There should be a door over this way. Everyone ready?
Yep.
All right, let's find the door.
Cast
Okay.
spells ready.
You walk for a while and you find a cave entrance where you believe it should be. Here. And you begin walking. And you do know that there's like a decent amount of walking before you get to the door. So you're not casting like minute-long buffs or anything like that. Basically, you're going to be walking for a while in the mountain before you get to the door. And you walk for a while. And let's hope this works. Let me know when that map loads for you.
Is it just me, or has Joe's audio gotten pretty quiet?
It did just get
Yeah.
real quiet.
It's
Yeah,
real
it did get a little
quiet.
quiet.
I muted and unmuted it. Is it still quiet?
Yeah, it's like you're softly talking in a room.
All right, I'll sit closer. Better? No, yes, no.
A little bit, yeah.
In WebEx, you might need to deselect, automatically adjust my audio.
Oh my god, how do I do that in WebEx?
It only just started, which is kind of weird.
Well, because
It hadn't been
I just
on.
muted while you were talking. And
Yeah. Also, VTT just imploded. Oh, no, there.
I
it says
loaded a
didn't have
new map,
token.
and it's a large
New
map,
map.
to be fair.
It said I don't have a token to view this, and I see a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
don't own any
blackness.
token.
You don't own these tokens?
No,
But it's what is
The
that?
tokens might not be on the map yet.
They are.
I
Wait a
start.
sec.
I swing wildly in the darkness.
Yeah, darkness. Oh,
Uh,
we're mind melding with Vors. I get it.
What? No. Do you see yourselves or not?
I don't see us. I see where you have illuminated 2 circles.
I'm still loading.
No, it's just a black screen. I saw when you moved the character, I saw the 5-foot thing come up, but I don't actually see. It's just all black.
Okay.
Do you have to individually assign every token?
I don't think so. I'm gonna give you light. I'm gonna give Nero light because you're walking through the darkness. I'm gonna give your token.
You can give it to me. I have dark vision now. With my little.
I gave you dark. Well,
I
dark.
also do.
Oh,
So does Nero.
Jesus! What?
Yeah,
Do you all have
we
dark
all
vision?
got it, man.
Does anybody not have
doesn't?
dark vision?
Yeah, who doesn't have dark vision?
I think Bob doesn't have dark vision.
All right.
No, Bob, didn't you take Fiendish? No.
I don't know what the fuck.
What
I took.
boon did you take? Did you take?
Nero.
A
My character that I saw today is the character I left off last
You're
time.
not wrong.
Who remembers what happened last time? Bob died,
Fuck
I guess.
Everything. Fuck everything.
What boon did he take, Nero?
I didn't pick a boon. I figured he'd want to pick a boon.
Jesus
Fiendish.
Christ.
Yeah.
You pick Fiendish. You get double this
Oh man! All
smite.
right. What the fuck do I put for this?
You actually have smite.
Right. Can you see things now?
No.
I'm still
No.
loading.
Jesus Christ!
Uh,
I gave Bob
See.
light.
I see like something, but I don't see any characters.
I see a wedge.
It's still just the line as he moves the characters around.
Strog seems to see
temporarily.
everything. He's accurately describing the edges of. Do you see characters within that, Durn?
No.
What?
I don't see anyone in there.
That's weird.
That's
You
extremely weird.
you assigned the ownership, right?
Yeah,
Obviously.
I'm gonna redo it, but I'm pretty sure that you should own them. Let me see. Represented actor is Durn. That's just how it works.
That is weird.
I'll delete everybody and re-add you manually. Let's see if this works. All right, I added Durn. Durn, do you see yourself?
I'm here. Yep, Durn's here, but I have no.
you have no
vision
light.
around
You
me.
only see yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to add Bob, and I'm going to
Bobby.
explicitly give him.
Bob is
light.
huge. God damn
Okay,
it.
okay. Now I see. Now I see Bob. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I guess
This is
the
the,
tokens I
Yeah, I
had
see
there
Bob
were-
also.
Right. Now I'm going to add Aywen. And
Yeah.
Vors. And Nero.
Yeah.
There we go.
So now you can all
Boys
see.
are
Okay,
back.
all right. So you get to this. You walk through the mountains, and you get to the place where basically the rock, the tunnel, the rough-hewn rock tunnel ends, and Nero knows exactly where to look. Essentially, so he walks up and he points out that there is a door here, and one of you opens it, presumably.
Nero.
Nero?
Definitely opens it. You're muted.
Of course, I'll open it.
Okay, so you open it.
But Boris would tell the owl to like just wait near the entrance just in case something comes in the backside
Okay,
behind us.
fair enough. And Nero opens the door, and you see the rough-hewn rock tunnel that you were in is now given way to a very much constructed, flat-walled hallway. Like, this is definitely man-made as opposed to just kind of like, mined through a mountain. Who is leading? What is the marching order?
Nero will lead the way.
Oh, this guy.
I'll stay close to Nero.
Do you have dark vision, Nero, or do you have light, or what do you have?
I have dark vision, but I gave everyone continual light, so everyone can just pull out their necklace or whatever that has it.
What is dark vision? What is your
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. So I'll
All
say
three of us.
your dim and bright vision to 60 feet. I guess is how I do this. There's no dark vision button. So you see that the tunnel goes and turns.
Follow the tunnel.
Okay. So how are you setting up behind him as he walks? Where does everybody else want to be?
That is never a good question.
I just want to know where you are.
No, that's a good question. I want to shoot stuff.
So yeah, set up near Nero. I'll move Bob down here so you can see.
It's probably
I don't
going
need-
to matter most where Bob goes, right? Like, is he fitting well in this situation? Like, what's the deal,
He's
like-
hunching over, but it's 10 feet wide, so he's not scrunching through the hallways, but it is noticeably annoying for him to move through this. Yes.
I mean, it's probably fine.
It's definitely fine.
It's definitely fine.
So
It's
where
old. I
where
can
is
push the
everybody?
rocks.
Nero is leading here. Where is everybody? Is Durn right up on the spot?
I think-
Nero.
I would say Nero, then Durn, then Aywen, then Bob. With Vors right behind Durn.
Arrange yourself. Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
My Foundry's not loading. It's just taking forever, so move me.
Okay.
It is super laggy. all
Is
of a
it?
sudden.
Because I'll look into that. Because basically this map was donated by Stephen Butterworth.
Shout out Buttersworth.
Shout out Butterworth.
Shout out.
And I think there's too many points. Basically, I think the walls have too many points on them.
There's too rich.
It's too rich. It's too much data, and it can't handle it.
I just loaded.
Okay.
It's big data.
It's big data.
Yeah. Durn
the
doesn't
problem.
have any vision, so I can't. I'm trying to follow Nero. Like,
Yeah.
fun.
I'm just gonna teleport you to where it is.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that. Yeah.
I do like the map though.
There's a big hallway. It's a big winding hallway.
Are these all stairs? Are we going up or down?
Yeah, you are going down as you go through this. We're heading down
It's just like
deeper
a
into
wavy
the
stairs.
abyss. And Nero, whoa, where'd Nero go? Why did he teleport that way? That's not what I wanted to do.
Nero's on Bob.
Meow. Nero gets to there, and he sees Fluffy the Cerberus over there. And what is Nero? How does Nero react to seeing Fluffy?
I don't know that I've seen Fluffy before, but Nero basically has his mask on and is looking very much like a Signifer and says, "Has anyone been feeding you?"
That's Fluffy. The name is ironic because he has no hair at all. Yeah, so that's Fluffy over there. So you say, has anybody been feeding you? And he growls, and all three heads shake no.
I figured not with the Citadel being taken. We brought you a deer. I'll get more when we manage to retake more upstairs. Bob, the deer?
Okay. Yeah, we can kill him. I can't see my character, but yeah, we can kill him.
You can't see your character at all anymore?
There we go. There we go.
You have a deer.
Yeah, you're just dragging a deer around. And you have
they
a
brought it from
shield of the Godclaw? You're using his shield?
Well, it's a ring, yeah.
I mean, it's not really a ring. It's
It's a shield. It would be like a buckler, pretty much.
You got like straps
Yeah, no,
your
but-
arm.
Yeah, but I'm giant, yeah.
All right. So you walk up, and you're gonna hand this guy, this Fluffy, a deer.
It's live when you hand it to him, and then
No.
Is it?
no, you kill it
Oh,
in
he'd
front
be
of
all
him.
about that.
Farm to table, man. Farm to table. You kill it right there.
Okay.
Have you been
Yeah.
carrying a living deer with you?
Yeah.
I feel like there are several dice checks that had to be made here, but
You're
whatever. I don't
gonna
care.
handle that animal?
Dude,
No.
you're huge. You could handle the animal.
I am the animal. You can't handle
Listen,
me.
you want to bring an animal a good meal, you bring him a live one.
All right, fine. We'll bring it alive. I'm gonna murder this thing right now.
You're gonna murder it and throw it at it. It's on a raised
Murder it.
pedestal, like 5 feet above you.
Probably gonna make a lot of noise.
Which would well, I mean, which would can I guess which one the thing likes more? What do I got to roll for that?
I don't understand the question.
Like, would it prefer it were dead or alive?
It would probably like it alive, yes. You
All
can
right,
see
then
it's drooling in front of you. You can see all three heads begin salivating as you bring a living deer into the room.
All right, let's roll. I roll a 14 to chuck that thing up there, right?
You do a poor job, but one of the heads catches it anyway and pulls it in, and they all begin eating intently. They enter like a feeding frenzy, and they're just tearing it to pieces as the thing is shrieking.
Nice.
Boars are into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that's happening, I'll follow
Yeah.
Nero's pace.
Nero basically moved to. I assume there's a door, probably behind him.
You don't see one, but you believe one is there based on your knowledge of the keep. You make a perception check to spot it.
Okay.
So who has Fiendish? Durn has it. Vors also has Dark Vision because he's blind. He said that.
Yeah.
Does Aywen have it too, or what does Aywen take?
I have dark vision from this. I think it's the shadow boon. Is that what it was called,
Yeah.
or the darkness or
Yeah.
something?
Oh wow. Okay. Is it 60 feet Dark Vision?
Yes.
Whatever. I assume so. Yeah. Whatever Nero has. It's the
All
same
right. I
thing.
think I've
so.
given you all vision then. All right. What are these? Okay, these are checks. Yeah, Nero very certainly knows where the door is. It's directly behind it. It is not in a secretive spot. So yeah, so Nero knows where the door is. It's feeding, and all of you are presenting Godclaw symbols or illusory Godclaw symbols. So it does not even look up. It glances briefly as it's eating, but it is more hungry than anything else.
Nicely
And
done, guys.
I assume you'd eat a human being, Fluffy.
it looks at you curious. One of the heads turns. The other ones are still eating. One of the heads turns. It looks at you curiously as if that's an obvious question.
I'll have some paladin for you soon enough.
That one head smiles and then jumps back to eating the rest of the deer. Everybody else just walking past
Oh.
Fluffy.
While we're here, has anyone passed since the Citadel fell? Since you've stopped getting fed?
Shakes its head.
Good enough.
And
March on.
based on the perception checks you've had, all of you believe that this door has not been opened or moved within certainly weeks, if not months. Like when you look at the ground around it and the dust in the area. Once you move through this area, you don't there's no footprints or any visible symbols. You all rolled very well. You're pretty sure that nothing has moved through here in weeks or months.
More door ahead.
Yeah, Nero walks up and he very clearly identifies that there is a door down here, which he opens. And it leads into a storeroom that appears to have been raided. Based on Nero's knowledge, of the area, it appears as though this has been raided and not maintained to the standard that he remembered.
Joel, we're in the fort proper now, yes?
You are in the dungeons of the fort, yes. You believe you are under the main citadel, yes.
Okay. From here on out, noise matters.
What are you perceiving really poorly but surprisingly well, Vors?
Oh, just the room that's been sacked, raided.
You critically failed, but skills don't critically fail. So you look around and like you've never been here before, so you don't know, but you can very clearly tell that people have been taking things out of here in a hurried manner. Like the way things are shelved, like some shelves are even knocked over, like this one. It appears as though people have basically been raiding whatever stores are here, but there's still some food and some supplies around. But you can tell.
Apparently some coal.
Yeah, apparently it says coal. I don't know why. But yeah, basically people have been raiding this storeroom. And this is a regular door.
Is the coal still usable? Like, is it flammable right now?
I'm gonna go with yes. There wasn't supposed to be coal here, but yeah, sure, why not? There's coal now, and it's flammable. What are you doing with coal?
I'm just, thinking. Bob takes on the coal, rubs it on his hands, and then like makes war paint with it.
Okay, it's
You
fine.
mean blackface?
No.
Oof.
Oof.
No,
like
Don't go there.
like a football player. I don't know what the
just
fuck
like the
you-
lines, just like the lines. Come on, what are you doing to me?
Not
Jesus
everything else.
Christ! Head out of the gutter.
Yeesh. All right. So, Nero, so you've been down here before, so you know what's going on. You know, like the next room is essentially the wells. Basically, there are big wells. Okay, someone opened the door.
Sorry, I saw a door icon for the first time, and I was like, "What does that do?"
You can click
I don't
them,
know.
yeah. So you know that this room is basically the wells and the water storage area. So essentially, there are wells in this room that you believe go like 30 to 50 feet down into a local aquifer, not into the actual river. And people pull water up here, and you store them in barrels. You know that that's what's going on in the next room.
Aywen. Did you want to take a look?
I mean, there's
Through the door, you mean?
Yes.
Sure. She'll pop over and burn one of her charges to put her hand on the wall. And
She has magic gloves of reconnaissance that she just puts her hands on the wall and she can see through it. And you can, Aywen, so I'll just go ahead and move you just into here and then back out again. You see no people inside the room, but you see kind of what I described before. There are 4 wells, there are several large barrels, presumably full of water, and there are several doors in the room, but you see no activity in the room itself.
So yeah, so she'll say it's all clear.
All right. Let's move in. Let's stay quiet.
All right. Are you still leading the way, Nero?
It becomes important here.
What?
This is the way we're going in. This is what we're doing. Does anyone want to stay outside for a couple of days, wait the dragon out? No one?
I mean, I could provide shelter for you.
We'll take a look and we'll see where we can foray into and see what we can do from here. Okay, so let's
Whatever
move into
you-
the next room. Nero will lead the
Whatever you
way.
say, boss. He throws a bad salute.
All right. So, Nero, as I
Uh,
described, this is the same sort of room I just talked about. There are lots and lots of barrels in this room and the wells. And there are several doors that you see in the south and the east. You believe those are all storerooms based on your knowledge of the keep before you left. And you believe that to the left is a door that enters like an office. Like it was a ledger of all the supplies was in there, and kind of the castellan was maintaining records of all the things here. That's the room to the left.
Okay. Let's go there.
Do we need another peek?
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right.
One left after this.
Oh, that's it? Only 3 times a day?
Well, technically it's only one, but we
We
did a greater version that I paid
Oh,
more
nice.
for.
we homebrewed an item that doesn't exist. It's true. Yeah. So Aywen looks through the door, and I'll just go ahead and move you into the room, and that's what you see. You see a bunch of books on a shelf and a desk with an open book on it, and kind of just what I just described. It's basically like a ledger room that would be keeping track of the supplies in this room. And you see a door heading south.
So while she's putting her hands on the door and noting that it's clear, she'll just open it herself and
Okay. Yeah, there's no
encourage
people in
everybody
there.
to come through.
And Nero, based on what you know of the room, the keep, you think that beyond this door is a guard room that was in front of the cells in the dungeon.
Hey Joe,
Yes.
do the doors around here appear to have been opened recently? Or are they also
Make a perception check for where you are.
probably gonna be decent?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I mean, you rolled a 1 and it was a 23, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be decent. Yes. So you're pretty sure that people have been coming through here fairly regularly in the past couple of weeks. Again, this is like the source of water for the entire keep. So you definitely do believe people have been coming down here and retrieving water, using the wells, things like that. This has definitely been well trafficked. But flipping through really quickly, you flip through the book, the ledgers over here, and you see nothing dated more recently than a month and a half ago, which is when you believe the Citadel fell. I guess it's even more than that. It's been like, what, 2 or 3 months? You see nothing
So
dated.
they're not really
The Glorious Reclamation is not using the ledgers.
they're not really keeping track because they don't really care.
Correct.
Okay.
And-
I would save that. There's definitely going to be people in the next room. So if there's anything you need to cast to get ready, step back into the cistern, and I'll get up a blessing, and then we'll just go in.
Okay. I think she'll. I mean, I'm just gonna tap myself with my mage armor wand.
Okay. And so blessing of fervor will come up.
Mhm.
And then we'll say like lose a round of it, and then we'll just go busting in.
Okay. And I'm going to need another bio because I broke the seal. I'm dying. I'll
Oh,
be
I
right
gotta
back.
go too. Perfect.
Bye.
there's if there's hundreds of people here, people missing and dereliction of duty is going to be something that they occasionally deal with, even with people like the Glorious Reclamation. If we can take any of the people in the next room alive, I have plans if we can do something like that. We good? We understand each other?
Durn's not back yet, but
Durn's one of the people you want to tell the people alive.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I didn't see that it wasn't back.
how many do you want alive?
Aywen, how many times can you send a soul to hell?
I feel like that can't be right. Let me look it up. I bet it's like twice. I don't
Like
think
200?
four doesn't sound right to me.
What level spell is it?
Did you boost your
Six.
intelligence?
I did, but it still seems like a lot. Right?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how
Pretty
many
low.
6th level spells you get. I don't know how the arcanist works exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Where is Aywen? She under one of these?
Right next to
people?
Nero.
Oh shit,
No, that's
under Durn.
possible. Baseline of 3 per day at level 6. So yeah, with my intelligence boost, yeah, seems possible.
So up to 4
Up to 4. Yeah.
is assuming you're willing to do that. And I'm assuming this is going to be a short foray and we head back.
Yeah.
I'll try not to
perfect.
kill everybody.
Of course.
It's gonna be hard.
Listen, it's going to happen and we're going to do cleanup and that's fine. But I just wanted to let you know.
All right. So arrange yourself as you will, assuming the door is going to be thrown open. And then everybody make me a stealth check to see how stealthily you were arranging yourself in the area.
I cannot wait.
Yo, can I buff up and stuff?
You can do whatever you want.
Oh,
Especially if you're
we
willing to
are
go
golden.
back a couple of rooms, because if you're casting spells, you need to speak loudly. So as
Yeah,
Nero
Yeah,
advised
no, that's
Aywen,
we were going to go back a room to
Yeah.
do that. That's
Yeah,
was
100%.
the whole prep.
yeah.
Hey,
so,
Joe.
yeah. Yes.
Just a mechanics question for you. Can you like do like secret rolls?
No, I can't, which is really frustrating. Like all of the buttons I have, at least the ones I can see, roll the question marks basically.
All right, then maybe just do like some extra rolls next time, so we don't know.
So you don't know how many
Yeah,
there
these-
are? Yeah,
Yeah.
I could throw in a couple extra ones just for giggles.
Either that or just like roll like 12 times, so we're just like, oh shit.
Okay, agreed. Because in real life, I'd be rolling behind like a screen, so you'd hear me rolling, but you wouldn't know I rolled exactly that many dice, which is fair.
Right.
You could also have one of them just show like, dragon with the question marks and that'd be fun.
Yeah, I could roll dragons. There's always dragons. So Durn, you're buffing up. Really, you're going like all out.
I mean, yeah, he said this is a short trip, right? This is like
I don't know what's going on.
Nero said this was a
So
quick
if we don't
jaunt.
fuck up. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna fuck up.
Yes.
When did that ever happen? When did that ever happen?
So
Durn will
Nero
go
rolled
first.
an 11, Bob rolled a 15. So you're not exceptionally quiet. So you and Aywen,
Well, I
and
think
Durn-
that's a great roll.
Aywen and Durn go off to the other room to cast spells, and they come back. And then are you where you want to be? Does Bob want to be hiding, cowering behind that wall?
You should.
Yeah, he does.
You're
It's
huge,
fine.
dude.
I guess.
I mean, we're going to go in, so get ready for where you're going to go in.
I mean, Vors is like standing next to the door so that he can step in and start firing as soon as the door opens.
Durn's going first in.
Yeah. No, he's letting Durn open the door, but Vors is just
Go for
ready to
it.
step in.
Why don't you let me open the door? I'll open the door.
Oh,
What?
Yes.
But Durn.
but Durn.
Durn is like salivating at opening the door. He's now demon.
I want Durn to hit things. I don't want him to waste his time holding the door.
Okay, fine. Durn.
Fine,
Move over.
yeah. Okay.
All right. So Nero, you're gonna go open the door.
Mhm.
All right. So Nero
open it
opens the
back.
door, and you guys see there are several guards sitting around tables. They are currently sitting.
Durn charges forward.
We're gonna roll initiative, and you're gonna get a surprise round. But let me do that because they definitely heard you coming the way you rolled.
No, they're sitting.
Well, they're sitting. That's true.
They're sitting, sir.
They are sitting. So let
They're
me.
not expecting anything. They haven't found the way in.
They had no idea you could do the thing you did. Roll everybody's initiative. So if you right click on, I already did it. If you right click on the fist over there, you can see the combat tracker. But Durn, you have 1 initiative, it appears.
Yeah. So Durn, fully buffed. This new interface is very cool. He charges in and says, "It's Durn, motherfucker," and pounces on this guy.
Yeah, so he's still in his chair, and you see like he's pushing it back and standing up as you burst into the room. Like they just heard you as you were getting ready to open the door.
Yep. And Durn spares no expense. How many attacks do I get in this? 2 or
You get a
4.
pounce. You get a lot. That's the answer.
4, right?
You get a full attack
Yeah.
because you've got pounce.
And then
I was surprised you went for the near one.
Oh my god.
I was gonna go deep, and then I had a vision of being like fireballed or like someone trapped in the middle of the room. So I was like, I'm gonna play it a little.
I'm looking at your buffs and I see like 5 of the same icon. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but there's like 5 axes on your token.
There are a lot of things. I have bull strength, arcane strike, blood rage, tablet of barrier, mirror image.
Yeah, but what's that axe?
Look,
And why
look,
do you have
look.
5 of them?
That's blood rage.
Why do you have 5 blood rage icons?
Wow, dude, that's not me. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, I'm clicking on your token, so it doesn't look like your
I don't
blood rage
think
isn't applying multiple times. I have no idea why it's on there multiple times, but I don't think it's broken. But the answer
looks
is
like-
you charge this guy, and the first is most certainly a crit with a 47 to confirm. So I apply critical damage to him. No, that was to you. Whoops. Let me heal you.
Oh god.
Oh god. It's been a while since we
God.
played, everybody. It's been a while since we threw dice. Let me apply critical damage to him. He is still standing. The second attack is a 26, which still hits him. So I will apply regular damage. And then a 25 also hits him, so I'll apply regular damage. And then a 29 also hits him. And he is still standing, but just barely. So you
But wait,
charge the
you
Knight
have-
Inheritor, who was again pushing out of the seat to stand up, couldn't really even raise his shield, and you just start slaughtering him with your falchion.
Plus bleed
Don't
damage.
forget your
Joe.
bleed. Yeah, your
Yeah. I have
bleed and
bleed.
your stagger on crits.
Only on crits.
Yeah.
I'm staggered
So-
and I'm bleeding. What's my bleeding? What level?
2d6.
2d6?
Yeah, I'm mashing the buttons.
You're mashing all the buttons. All right, so roll 2d6 for my bleed damage, so I know how much I'm bleeding. 'Cause That's the
Yeah,
thing.
boy.
That's the thing that needs to happen.
And I intimidate him. And he is staggered, right?
Yeah, I
That's
think
me.
he gets a fort save on the stagger, right?
Yeah, he gets a fort save.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
This has been a while, but it's happening.
I'm gonna roll a fort save then. What's my fort save?
And what's your
Oh, that was
what's your charisma's 18?
My charisma is 20.
Your charisma's 20, so it's 5 plus half your blood rager level. Is 5 plus 6, 21.
What's the feat called? That I'm trying to
It's
find.
it's from your bloodline.
I got it. It's called BLP Staggering Strike.
Your constitution modifier, so you can probably
The
10
con
plus
modifier
half, so 6 plus your constitution. What's your constitution modifier?
+6.
So 12, so 22.
Because I'm blood raging.
Okay, so he made his saving throw. He made his
Okay.
fortitude saving throw. I assume that's what that was.
And that's all I got.
He's still bleeding, though. All right, that was Durn's turn. Aywen, you get to go. Wow, they rolled really poorly, huh? Okay, Aywen.
Or you can,
All right.
you could also just let Vors go next.
You could delay and let Forrest go.
I could, but you're gonna kill stuff, aren't you? Isn't that what like Vors does
Probably.
that?
That's probably what's going to happen.
It's fine. Yeah, I'll see what's left when Vors is done. That's a good idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
Forrest can go first.
All right,
I can-
Vors.
First, move like that. Right?
Can I not like drag my character in? Oh, there we go.
Now you can, because now it's your turn.
Oh, thanks. So I step in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like mages, so
You do see a visibly elf mage. You're not wrong.
do we have like the full pew pew?
I thought you had a full
Yep.
attack, right?
Yeah,
sure
full
do.
attack. Haste, deadly aim, many shot, rapid shot. How far away am I?
I don't know.
More than 30 feet, I
1,
think.
2,
1, 2,
3,
3.
4, 5.
35 feet, yeah.
Oh, so
Just
close.
barely. Ah, yes, of course. All right, let me look at her stats. All right, so that is a hit for 21, so apply that.
wait,
Hmm?
the 35 hits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's.
But there's many
20
shot damage. So it's 23
20.
and 21.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So both, got it. Okay, so both those hit. That's accurate. 17's a miss. 18's a miss. Jesus, 35. That's a hit. 20 is a miss. So she is badly wounded. And similarly, she's just standing up and getting wrecked by arrows. Well, I have Citadel Dinyar music. I actually do have music I could have been playing. Alright. Aywen goes, apparently.
Okay. So Aywen's gonna mosey on over here. I guess she'll go around. No, that's alright. She'll stand there. And I think the best way to keep people alive is to pit them. So let's go ahead and get pit kind of centered around that spot. I'll do the little cast here.
It's a reflex save. You basically want it under the mage and the inheritor are 3.
Correct. Yes, and it's an extra 1 for their DC.
Because they're
You know.
assumedly followers. Aywen.
You know you can cast that in large too, right?
What?
I don't think I have that.
Blessing of Fervor.
Oh,
Cast a single spell of second level or lower as if it were enlarged, extended, silent, or still.
Enlarge.
Sure.
Does that make the pit bigger?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the pit spell.
Cast on Bob. Cast on Bob.
More big Bob.
So yeah, apparently they have failed their reflex saving throws. So both of them are going in the pit. I'm
Oh,
understanding.
I guess enlarge would mean that there's a variable probably.
Yeah, that's like making the dice bigger. That's,
Okay.
that's a different thing.
Enlarge spell. I'll take a look.
it's okay. I don't want to ruin everybody else's fun. We'll get 2 of them and
Oh, that does not ruin my fun.
They both fail. So how big is this pit?
The range of the spell.
how deep is it? You mean?
Yes, correct.
10 feet for
60
2
feet?
cast swords.
60
Yeah,
feet?
60
No,
feet.
it says maximum 30 feet.
Oh,
Yes. All right, so
30 feet.
it's 3d6 damage. So let's go ahead and roll that. D6 3. 14 for both of them. So they fall. And this is a regular pit? Or this is an acid pit or it's a regular pit?
Nope, just a regular pit.
All right,
I
cool.
didn't want to kill that mage.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, very nice of me.
So you both take 14 damage. And then Knight Inheritor 4 goes, and that's the one in front of the pit. So he's gonna not want to be in front of the pit. And he saw Durn savage that person, and he saw
Does he have to make a reflex save or something for being pit?
only if
adjacent?
he ends his turn next to it, I believe.
Okay.
And he's not going to.
That's correct. Yeah.
I think he's just going to charge Vors and assume that his friend can handle that. So he's going to run up and actually charge Vors. So he only gets one attack with his longsword. He's going to does he want to smite you? He doesn't know you're evil. He's going to assume you're evil and smite you. He has a swift action, so yeah, he'll try. And a 22. Is
I have
that
a 26 AC.
okay? And if he's smiting you, he gets plus charisma to it. What's up,
You
Nas?
rolled a 30, right?
What? Yeah, it hits. Does it confirm? Is the question.
Oh, okay. So the crit doesn't confirm.
Because you're saying so.
No, I'm just curious if it does confirm.
With a +3, it still does not confirm if he's a 26. So no, it does not confirm.
That's fine.
That's fine. You allow it to go through as as not a crit. I applied it to him because I'm the best at this game. So I gotta click on Vors now. And mash the apply button. Boom. He did 17 damage to you.
That's cute.
I really feel like this is not great, yes. The elf mage casts a spell. The knight inheritor.
Wait, when they fall, do they fall prone? Do they have to?
They do, yes. Yes, you move action to stand up and go prone, and then to cast a spell. And the knight inheritor next to Durn touches himself
Ooh.
for
Nice.
10 hit points.
D6 good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is not worth
Hey.
it. These poor fucking paladins.
Hey,
Was that
Gang?
provoke? Yeah.
recall that you have reach, Durn, and recall that did you get improved snapshot, Wars?
Yeah.
You have reach as well.
Why does he have reach?
So
Oh, you
because
do have reach.
he's got a bunch of archer feats that give him reach.
He does, yeah. He has AOO reach. Do I get an AOO for his casting or no?
No, that was a swift action that happens automatically. But Vors,
So next time, just so you know.
does Vors get an AOO for the knight charging him?
He threatens
Oh.
with 4 or 5 feet with snapshot. With improved snapshot, he threatens another 5 feet. So 10
Yeah.
feet he threatens.
Then yes.
And Durn has a long arm.
Well, this guy didn't move. Oh, you're saying he can hit this guy. That's what you're
Just,
saying.
The charging
just
guy.
throwing it out there.
Fair
If
enough.
we
You
haven't
all
played in
get
a
an
while. It
attack on
doesn't
night
matter.
4. They didn't think you could do that, so certainly you can both get an attack on night 4.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm hitting that guy.
Pew, 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 pew. 39 will hit for 12 damage. Let me click on that. Let me click on that. And then a 36 with the falchion also hits. So again, this guy runs past and he has no idea what's going. He's just charging the archer. And as he does it, the archer manages to pull off a shot as he's running at him, which is astounding to this warrior. This seasoned warrior has never seen people do this before. And then Durn, as he's doing it, just like slams his arm sideways 10 feet away and claw. Oh, you use the falchion. Yeah, so you're fighting a knight, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the fight, as you're bobbing and weaving, your arm just shoots out and slices this guy 10 feet away across a table. And they're just astounded.
Seriously.
And he just barely scratched Vors, and you like almost killed him. You've done half damage to him.
I look over if I can and say surrender. Surrender your soul to us.
So Knight Inheritor 3 has barely healed himself. And he's going to full attack Durn. He's going to do everything he can. Neither of those hit.
Oh
do
God.
they? Neither of those hit. As if I'm yeah, neither of those hit. And he critically fails, which I'll look into in a second. While that's happening, Bob, you get to go.
So they haven't seen me yet.
That's good.
I just want to say that before we start this.
Want to say what?
They have not seen me yet.
That's true. And he
Yeah,
takes
no.
4 strength damage. That guy. He pulled him. He
Jesus
pulled a muscle, failing to hit Durn.
All right. I'm gonna come out here. And then I want to come over here. I understand that I'm stepping into his zone, but I'm okay with that. So you're
You
gonna
have
take
to
your,
squeeze.
yeah, are you gonna take your swing at me here, Chief?
Yeah, I mean, if you're walking into my zone, I'm gonna take a swing at you. Yeah, it's all I can do, really.
Can Bob even occupy that space?
Not really, but I'm gonna say he's squeezing because it's gonna be a whole
Yeah,
thing.
we gotta focus on having room for the big guy
Well, I'm gonna go with yes for now.
because he's got reach now, so he doesn't have to be real
Also
close.
true, but
True.
yeah. But yeah, so you move
Uh,
there, he swings and he misses because you somehow still have a 26 AC even though you're gigantic.
I'm gonna swing back at him.
Okay, Night Inheritor 4.
Yes, Bob.
This would be a single attack, right? Because I moved, yeah.
Yes, correct.
Right.
31 hits for
Man's haste.
23 damage. He's still standing.
Ooh.
Does he?
He moved, so he doesn't get haste.
Okay.
So you can get a
Like-
+2 to hit.
Does
but
it like
yeah,
bleed
he
or
doesn't need
something?
it.
Like what is the fun of this weapon?
Well, when you cast that spell that turns it two-dimensional, you're going to just hit at will. So you're going to be standing next to someone, and they're just going to explode with a swift action.
Oh, cool.
I do remember you
Yeah.
talking about that spell.
Yeah, I wanted it with the hammer, if you recall.
Yeah, but you can't make a hammer razor thin or whatever. it was
Maybe if the
called.
GM was cool, I could.
No, I'm not cool.
What, what's your spell called?
He's got a spell that turns a weapon like two-dimensional. Like it does not exist in the width dimension. And like it slices through you. But he was trying to use it with a hammer. A hammer is a bludgeoning. There's rules. There's laws.
There's laws.
There's laws. All right, Knight Inheritor R3.
Says the literal god in our world.
It's true. There are rules. There are laws. Knight Inheritor R3 stands up and then tries to climb. And this is probably going to be hilarious. Oh, damn, dog.
Wow, well done.
Yeah, so...
Wow.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm pretty sure you can climb your full speed. I'll look it up. But he's either out, she's either out, or halfway up. I'll have to look it up in a second. But Nero, you can take your turn while I'm looking that up, if that doesn't bother you.
Nero will cast Sanctuary and then move.
It's wise. Is there a DC for my climb check, Jeff?
It's in the spell.
Yeah, it is.
I think it was a
25.
18, so 19 for them.
19 for okay.
Oh wait, no, that was the DC.
It says 25. Is that accurate?
There's something in the spell description that tells
It
you.
said
yeah.
that. It's, yeah. It's pretty sure it
DC
says
of
the pit's
25,
core
yes.
stone walls have a climb DC of 25.
Yes.
So even if they crit succeed, that one can't climb out, is what I'm understanding. Which is horrifying.
Oh, souls.
Yeah. Alright, so Nero did what? He cast Sanctuary and did what?
Just move to where I am.
Cool. Very cool. Something happens. Vors. Something charges at you. So, first off, I should have shown you this. This is a picture of the mage that you've now thrown into a pit. So, I mean, do what you will with that image in your mind. It's not going to matter in like 2 seconds. But something charges at Vors, and Vors, you see out of the wall itself this shadowy warrior made of ethereal air rushes up and charges you. And it attacks just once. Power attack. It slams you, Vors, and misses? Yeah?
AC is 26.
Yeah. So, can you even see it? Or, let me see if I do this.
You're still blind, yeah?
Oh, you're blind.
Yeah.
So you can see it very well. It's over here. It's like, it's very hard to see the actual token is what I'm saying. Like, even...
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see
the
it.
opacity of the token is so low.
oh cool.
Yeah, it's actually kind of difficult to see. But you see this
Okay.
invisible stalker kind of thing running at you, and it swings its sword at you and misses, and it leans in real close, and it says to you, whispers underneath its breath, "Free me from this elf, and I will serve you." But then as it comes back, it cuts at you again and misses again. And Durn, of House Durn.
I guess I'll just kill this guy.
What guy? The guy in front of you?
Kill everybody. You can reach them all.
You can reach, yeah, you can reach 2 of them.
I'm pretty sure it's yeah. Okay.
The one
I
in
was
front
gonna
of you
move to-
first.
I'm wondering if I should move to the middle of the room. I'll move here and I'll strike the guy cowering behind the table. I offered for him to give up. I said, "Give up your soul, and I won't kill you."
He swung at you after you said that.
Okay.
So single attack for you.
Poor guy.
All right, you're hitting the guy that you were talking to.
Yeah, this pleb here.
Yep, that's a hit. He's still alive. Barely.
No, come on.
He's still alive. Oh, he bleeds. On his turn, he would have bled for 8, right?
Does he
Yeah.
bleed when he heals though?
No, that's a good point. Very, very thank you for that. So, yes.
Unfortunately.
So yes,
Paladins,
he is
man.
still standing and not bleeding.
Doesn't Bob have an aura? No, he doesn't.
He has auras.
Yeah, I've been reading them. I don't think anything will help here.
None
It's
of them
okay.
help you there, yeah. So
Saves
Vors,
fear.
What's up?
Yeah.
what do you? It's your turn, Vors.
We now have Knight Inheritor 4 and a flank, right?
Yes, because Durn has reach. Yeah.
So that means I get like the sneak attacks.
You do
Damage
get
too.
the sneak
Oh
attacks.
god. Oh god.
You have those. Yes, you have sneak attack dice. That's right.
Stratagem.
I'm going to start with Knight Inheritor 4 and then finish Knight Inheritor 3.
Okay. You're assuming you're gonna finish. I love the assumption that this is gonna happen. The way All right. What's the right?
Well, I mean, I wanted to like let you know what the attack order would be.
Fair, yes, I agree. It's fair. So that is a hit, and the first 2, right? That's attack, and the many shot is part of that. It rides that basically. He's already unconscious on the floor after the first shot. Are you murdering or are you just knocking out?
I should probably just knock out because I would be doing another 46 of.
Okay, fair enough. So you hit him. You hit him once right in the neck, and you watch as he collapses to the ground, and you don't even think twice. You just turn to the next one. And attack 20 is a failure. A 12 is a failure. The hasted attack is a success with a 24. And then he's also bleeding to death on the ground, and there's no one else except for people in the pit.
Can I just like lob one of the last shots in there and hope something lands?
With the ceiling is only like 10 feet high. No, you can't really arc it into there. So you could try, but it's a very difficult shot, and you miss it with the 24.
Can I step over this guy's dead body now?
Yeah, you can 5-foot step over him. Aywen, you just watched Vors clean up the mess.
Sure. I guess Aywen will. Gosh, there really isn't anything to do. I guess she'll. Is dismissing a spell like a standard action, or can I just do that?
It's a standard action, I believe.
I guess Vors would like also call back, leave the ghost.
Okay.
You do see a
right, well,
ghost
let's-
standing next to
let's-
Vors.
I'll do my little teleport over to the edge of the pit.
All right.
Well, I
On
guess
that chair.
maybe I'll come. Would I be able to see down it if I was over here?
Not all the way down. No, it's a 30-foot pit. No, I don't think you can see 30 feet down from that angle. I don't know the trigonometry on that, but I don't think you can see all the way to the bottom.
She's short, so probably not very deep.
Also true.
All right, then let's. I guess I will ready a dismiss for when somebody gets close enough to do something to them. If
Okay.
that makes sense. So
That
she'll
makes sense,
sort of
yeah.
say like, move in, and I'll get rid of the pit.
All right. Knight Inheritor 4, I'm going to remove from combat, but they're bleeding death on the ground. Elf Mage does something else. Knight Inheritor 3, where are you? Are you still alive? How are you alive? Where are you? Oh. No, you're
He's in
dead.
the pit.
He's no, Knight Inheritor 3 is the one over here, and it's
Oh.
it's bleeding death on the ground, but the negative 14 hit points, it might actually be dead. Let me check. Yeah, it's dead.
I tried not to.
Yeah, but you failed not to. It's dead. But the combat tracker still shows it with hit points, which is weird. All right, so Bob, it's your turn.
Bobby, you're muted.
Bobbert,
I was going through this table here, boys.
you're just walking through the table.
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
So
wait,
yeah,
we'll
so
go
basically
over.
once he gets there, as I readied,
Mhm.
she'll dismiss the pit so that it exposes them.
Okay, so you move up, and as you're moving up, your best buddy erases that pit essentially. And to your surprise, the elf mage is gone. But the Knight Inheritor, who was trying to climb and did extremely well, but still managed to fail. Like, she didn't make any progress. She climbed it literally as well as she could. And you watch as she pops up out of the ground, and she's still grasping for the stones on the side of the wall. And what do you do, Bob?
I smile and I say, hello there.
I'm Big Bob.
You've critically failed to intimidate, but that's still enough to intimidate. Sophie is shaken.
And then I'm going to go ahead and swing that greatsword.
You only get the one, yeah. A 24 is a hit for only 17 damages. Still alive. And the ones with R, the Knight Inheritor R's, they actually have reach weapons. They have rancers. They have these long, kind of like halberdy type axes. Not that
That's the lowest damage. You rolled a Yahtzee, three
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, exactly. I saw that. You rolled 3 ones.
It's as low as it goes.
Still
That's
pretty
Bob's
good.
turn. So this Knight Inheritor goes, and she 5 footsteps back, and she tries to go all out on you with her reach weapon. Power attack, full attack, and misses both times. So this, and she stabs at you, and she just clang, like she's not like wildly missing. She's like stabbing you in the chest, and you're like, yeah, and and that's her turn. And then Nero goes.
Well, Nero's going to cast a new spell.
A new spell.
A new spell.
A
I can't
new
scroll down
spell?
far enough to get to level 6 spells. Good lord.
Look at you guys.
I still can't scroll down far enough to get to level 6 spells.
Jeez.
Roll a reflex save is the gist of it, and I'll get the spell going.
The Knight Inheritor R3.
Yes. Do I just hit the combat button, the sword button?
Well, I don't know what button you're talking about. What am I doing here? Chains of Light. Yes, that sword button is correct. Yeah. Oh, great! You rolled a 1, and you have a +4. Everything about that is. I couldn't possibly have made that. I love these guys. These are wonderful paladin. How is the paladin that bad at saves? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Getting trounced.
It failed horribly.
Turn unconscious, please.
Sorry,
No.
what?
Durn salivating.
It's yeah, so it's just chained there in place and can't teleport and things like that.
Yeah, and paralyzed.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. So yeah, it's paralyzed. You can basically coup de grace. So Steel Breeze, this invisible thing still fighting Vors, continues to fight you. Actually, it doesn't. I forgot. It does not. So it whispered to you, and it's waiting seemingly. Durn
Durn.
of House Durn.
Durn of House Durn will do as he's asked, and I will pounce on this fella. And I'll knock him unconscious.
Okay. So you have a -2 to all your attack rolls if you're trying. Not it. Okay.
I'm not trying to kill him though. I stop when he's beat down to the
All
floor.
right.
I did 40 damage, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So he's still conscious after that first one, and the second one also crits. And he's still conscious after that one. So the last one, a 28 also hits. So yeah, so he's unconscious. He would have been dead should you have attacked him for real. But he's unconscious, and I'll give him a debuff to remember that.
Hey,
I'll give
we
him
got a soul. We got a soul.
I'll give him that one so I remember that he's unconscious and not dead. And then Vors.
Vors.
You can see invisible things because you're you.
So do I, actually. I put up see invisibility on
Oh,
myself. just
apologies.
FYI. I've got the buff.
So the elf mage is here, invisible.
Oh, sweet.
And also blurry, but that doesn't really matter to you. Or sorry, she has
Vors 5-foot steps.
she has mirror images.
Oh, awesome.
I'm tripping.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The animation's awesome.
Damn it. No point blank shot. That is disappointing. Okay.
Jesus Christ, you guys. This is just so gross.
Wow.
All right. That first one is a miss, surprisingly. But
Massive damage.
the crit cannot be ignored.
Wait.
It doesn't crit though. It's just it's a regular hit. That second one.
Perfect.
And you ignore illusions because of your blindness true sight thing that you have going on. So it takes 23. It's still standing. A 19 is a miss. A 32 is a hit. That'll do it. And rapid shot. Unless you want, are you aiming to kill the mage, or are you not aiming to kill the mage?
No, just downer.
I think she might actually already be dead. After that shot at the 25 actually killed her. Yeah. So she falls down, and you hold your last arrow, but she is already dead.
And I turn and like ask Steel Breeze if he now serves a new master.
Steel Breeze bows before you.
That's convenient.
And this is Steel Breeze. He bows before you. He's still holding his sword, and when he was hitting you with the sword, I don't think he actually ever hit you with it, but you got the impression that he wasn't fighting like finessely. He was basically just slamming you with the sword, and in response to your question, he bows before you and places his sword on the ground.
I mean, I guess, yeah, Vors would just ask what his name is and how he came to be here.
I am Steel. And he gestures towards the elf on the ground over there. As you shot her, she became visible and her images disappeared. And he says that witch bound me to her service.
Are you like while you were here? While she was here?
She shakes it. No, long before.
Well, does Vors know anything about these things?
Make a knowledge check. Nero certainly knows a lot about them.
What kind of knowledge?
Planes would work, yeah.
Said
I-
binding, so I'm
Look at
assuming
you
planes.
guys.
Yeah.
Look at
I don't
you.
have planes.
It would be planes. That's the answer. So if you
Engineering.
don't have it, you can't even make it. You can make a roll a d20 to see what you would know commonly, but yeah, you don't know anything about these creatures. You just think it's a ghost. You think it's some weird ghost. But Nero and Aywen know a great deal about invisible stalkers. Do you have any specific questions about them, or?
Like, is he now bound to me? Like, or is he just like willingly serving?
No, he was. Joe,
Hmm?
tell me if I'm talking out of turn here, but no. She tricked him, probably found out his real name, something like that, or tricked him into signing a bad contract. So now he's free and he's going to serve you for a set period as a service, but he's not magically bound to you.
That's mostly correct. Yes, he's not like a genie. He's not bound to you in any legal way. And yes, she basically used some sort of magic to bind him to her service, and he is now free but willing to serve you at the moment.
I mean, Vors would just, yeah, say rise, like Steel Breeze, and introduce yourself to the party.
He does, and he rises. He picks up his weapon off the floor that he put there, and you get the impression that like the fact that he has the weapon, like his form isn't really what he is. Like he was basically just throwing himself at you, and the form of a warrior with a weapon is just what you perceived. And he introduces you himself as Steel Breeze, and he looks at the others, and he doesn't have much to say about himself. He says, I will serve you. What would you have me do, master?
Won't let me cast cantrips. Interesting.
What?
Won't let me cast cantrips. I was just going to do stabilize on the guy who's down.
Oh. I think because it doesn't have the number for whatever reason.
Hey, Joe.
Everyone carry the bodies back into the tunnel, please, while I clean up.
Yeah, can we hand wave the Steel Breeze stuff? 'Cause it's getting late.
Yeah, we can call it. We can do it on Discord. We should call it. It
Yeah,
is late. You're
pick
right.
back up. I'm
So yeah, let's just do. Let's jump right to morals and MVP, and we'll clean up on Discord. So morals,
Bobby.
who's got what? Bob, you want to go through them, Bob?
Morals.
We have so many here, boys.
Good session.
We got can we roll a vibe check? When I'm in the sack, I get into my own sack. Look at me now. Vors feeds Durn a severance snack.
That was good. That was clever.
Just a picture of Nas.
It says Hacker Man.
That says Hacker Man. I protected you from knowledge before. Don't ask about what you don't want to know, foo.
It's true.
Like that one.
Is there anything in your state that is important in this adventure path?
That was a good question, man. That was good.
That's pretty good.
That's a great question.
Oh god.
I also
Go Nas.
I have rooms for everyone and put Bob in the stable because he won't fit anywhere else.
That's pretty good. You can retire right now. He is a baron.
It's true. You could all just give up your adventuring life and live very comfortably.
It's not a dog per se, but it is a dog.
I like that one.
He charges in and says, "It's Durn, motherfucker." And there are rules, says the literal god in our worlds.
That was also good.
Oh, God.
Is it the adventure path one that appears to be winning?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
It's either that or like the literal god in the world. Those are the two best ones.
Yeah, Canada flag. All right. Yeah.
All right. Oh, people are changing their votes. They undid an eggplant emoji.
Hey, I
It's
like
a
the
tie.
eggplant one though.
I'm gonna need someone else
It's
to vote
all.
then.
It's both then. Oh, the eggplant one.
The eggplant wins. All right. All right. MVPs. Who did what? Why? Do you care? What?
This was a great session. Everyone was great. Big Bob was
Yeah.
big.
Big Bob was big.
That's big.
You can't deny that. He was big.
How hero-ly is everyone feeling?
Oh, shut the hell up.
Unrelated.
I'm gonna stop doing this. With your
I
bullshit.
thought Nero and Aywen had a good moment. I was voting that they get hero points from you, Joe. But when Nero confronted Aywen, that was a memorable moment.
That was. There's a little bit of tension there, but
Yeah, it was
Nero
good.
diffused it a bit.
Yeah.
Straight up
Yeah,
said,
I
you gonna betray me or what? What's the deal here? What is
I'm
this?
telling you, there's a betrayal.
You getting this
It's-
energy? You feeling this? I'm feeling something here between you and me.
Someone
make
needs.
her say it. Make her say something because you can tell if she's got some sort of lie going on.
I'm
I feel
just
like
saying.
a lot of Nero's scheming's got us like basically into where we are right now.
That's
And
really his
really-
backstory.
some Durn's RP was really on point. So
We had to summon back Durn.
I enjoyed Durn's RP. You know, he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rep in Vors. I'm gonna start announcing him.
I had to be Durn. I haven't been Durn in a long time.
You got to get back into
And
it.
let's not forget that Aywen is, Vors is laying down a ton of damage, and Aywen is doing what Aywen always does, and like, oh yeah, this isn't going to be a combat anymore.
Yeah.
Crowd control's on point.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So /GM, sent me your whispers, whisper me your votes. And yeah.
I gotta do this in the thing, not on the WebEx.
Not on the WebEx. Can't vote.
Why
for
does WebEx not have a /GM?
It does. You can send a message to /me, but you can't slash it. Shrug, you can't vote for everyone. That's not possible.
Oh man.
Just be careful voting for two people, especially or voting twice
Especially when I'm
No,
drunk,
it's
because
an
I am
NPC.
drunk, and I'll just like, yeah.
Oh, no,
Especially-
I think
especially
Thrivenstein wins again, surprisingly. He wasn't even in the session. But,
Dravenstein is a national treasure. You better watch that.
Right.
the answer is Nero, and Nas voted for Gimme. But enough people voted for Nas that he also wins. Nero wins.
Hooray.
So Nero is the MVP. Nero
Huzzah.
of House Nero. Third son of a third son.
Have you know I did not vote for you, Nero.
Who are the 5 greatest oracles in the world?
Nero.
Nero, and Nero.
It's true.
That's
Because he
just
spits
like
out fire.
your opinion.
But I don't do fire magic, no.
It's not. It's true. Right. Well, thanks for playing. Hope you had a good time, and thanks for
Thanks,
watching.
Joe.
Anybody who watches ever. I don't know. Michael, do the thing. Do the thing.
Damn, it's been so long. Make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment down in the doobly doo. Like the video if you liked what you saw, dislike it, anything helps.
Just like it twice.
Yeah, oh yeah, dislike it. That's right. Whatever. Smash all the buttons. We don't give a shit. Smash the button. Let's go.